normally wouldn't do. Like, we went to Area 51, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and like the thing is, like with Area 51 and much like this, it's for us. Like, yeah, we filmed the Pokemon Go thing, but there's a lot of off-camera stuff of us experiencing the Arizona desert, driving out and actually just taking personal pictures at the gates and shit. Like, we do a lot of the stuff as like tourists, or we do it as just kind of like, oh, this looks interesting. Let's go picture us with Hawaiian shirts, sombreros, and swim shorts.
And you were gonna wear a Hawaiian shirt out, and then you were like, actually, maybe I should change this.
Yeah,
so
I changed it because I was like, oh, if I go to a rally with a Hawaiian shirt and I'm a white dude, people are gonna automatically just kind of like pin me to Trump. And in going to a rally of that nature, or a protest of that nature, I just wasn't sure it was a good idea.
Yeah, so essentially, it's like, okay, this is historical. We're gonna see this stuff on the news, and we just so happen to live, a couple miles from where this is happening. Let's not go as protesters, but let's go check it out, because this is something historical. This is something that's big, and it's something that, it's going to make national news.
We would have done the same thing if there were like these big protests like against Hillary type of thing.
Yeah. I mean,
if there was a big protest, we would have been there to try to experience it and see what was going on.
Because I've never been to a protest before, and from the videos that Ross had texted us on what was on the news, this looked really big, like highways blocked off and a lot of police and helicopters. So it's like, okay, let's just go check it out. This is cool. So, I mean, obviously, we have political opinions, but we weren't going out there to voice our political opinions. We're not going out there with signs. We're not going out there to scream through the streets with people. We go out there to experience it and see it. So, I guess spectate, if you will.
Yeah,
and we want to take pictures too. So I got a lot of pictures and videos. So we go out, and there's this big crowd, and we follow the crowd throughout the night, and it was a really cool experience. And it's kind of marching, listening to everyone chant.
It was more akin to a parade.
Yeah, it really was,
quote unquote riot.
Because I've never seen something where when people are marching through the streets and blocking off traffic, everyone in their cars is high-fiving the protesters, and even the bus drivers were high-fiving out the window. I've never seen anything like that.
Businessmen, there's like fucking like college students, of course, and I don't know, it was cool to kind of see Uber drivers, bus drivers,
like just high-fiving people and honking not honking out of anger, but like honking along, like,
at first I thought it was out of anger, and then I looked and they all were smiling and
they're like laughing and like
fives. I think the problem is when those highly dense areas, for some reason, it felt like more a parade, but I think when it became trouble is when they just went to kind of like the parts of town which, there's not really a mass of people to even notice them, and so so people are just blocking main roads and stuff, and like here, we understand that's a hindrance.
No, absolutely.
We're not surprised at all that law enforcement took action. We're not sitting here like, what? Are you kidding me? We're not.
We understand why the police moved in. So where the problem arose was the group was at City Hall, and it's 1:30 in the morning, I think, 1 something, and we're Ryan and I are sitting on a bench. We're not even doing anything anymore. We're just sitting on a bench, just kind of like talking, and we look, and the entire group of people starts moving down the street, all marching together.
So Ryan preferred them to stay at the.
Yeah, I would have too, but
because that's where it's the city steps is where they have like the freedom of.
Yeah, it's perfectly legal to protest there. But then they start marching down the street. So Ryan and I are like, okay, everyone's moving. I don't know what's happening. Let's follow and see what's happening. So that's what we do. We follow along behind. We're kind of near the middle-ish back, just kind of walking, and this is a lot of people. So it's everyone's moving. Mm-hmm. Let's go with them. And, disclaimer, yes, I understand that the group is blocking the road, and that is illegal. So, we are aware of that. We're not denying, like, what? It's unconstitutional. Like, we understand. But the thing was, it's like, okay, such a big group of people, us walking along and, taking pictures and stuff shouldn't, it's like so many people are doing it. It's fine. That was probably the biggest mistake of the night, was thinking that. So
that we were gonna leave. When they were marching away from City Hall. I remember I was like, dude, I'm tired.
I was thinking the same thing.
My feet hurt.
But there was that part of me that's like, I want to see what happens.
Yeah, and part of you wants to be there as witness, just in case anything goes down.
Exactly.
You want to be there as a witness, and that's why in some cases when law enforcement came and started detaining like the people who, unfortunately did graffiti and stuff, people stayed behind even though that person was doing something wrong, but they stayed behind just to kind of witness and make sure that, the law enforcement was doing their job.
And again,
not irresponsibly.
Every time I witnessed I think twice someone spray painting. And
yeah, but that's the thing. A lot of the people that were spray painting, some of them did fuck Donald Trump, but a lot of them were doing their own personal tags, like their own personal groups. And when had nothing to do with the protest.
And when someone would do that, do you remember the rest of the crowd would yell at them like, "That's a business, stop!"
Yeah, someone said fuck Donald Trump, and it's like, come on, that's a business, don't do that, fuck that shit. Like they get really mad.
Because it's hindering the, people want a movement, and they know that if people do that shit, their movement won't be taken seriously, because then the media will only show that spray paint. Or, for instance, we were walking, and somebody broke a window, and we heard it. It was nearby us, and
I saw it.
Yeah, well, as soon as that person broke the window, everyone started yelling at them to go home and to like knock that shit off. And lo and behold, after that window was broken, what do you think was all over the news? What do you think was in the news reports?
Vandalism, graffiti, run amok, riots in downtown Los Angeles.
Because a handful of really stupid, ignorant people use a protest like that as an excuse to do that kind of like rambunctious shit, and that just kind of like. It takes a few bad eggs to spoil the bunch. Yeah. So basically, what happened is everyone's marching, and they're kind of on a back road now. Not really a back road, but they're more away from the city, I guess. And kind of near a Burger King, and
right next to a Burger King. In fact, there was someone walking from the Burger King that got caught up in the crowd and was detained along with us.
Yeah. So. The whole crowd, yeah, I feel there were a couple people I heard saying that. I don't know if all of them were telling the truth, but I think that there was
the guy with the Burger King cup was telling the truth.
So the crowd moved into a parking lot, and then that's when the police just instantly, like out of nowhere, just dropped in, and they dropped in out of every corner, every angle, and they bring in what was somewhere between. Well, you could say 200 to 300 riot police total.
Way more than there were protesters.
Oh yeah,
I'd say 2 to 3 times as much. So probably around 200-300.
Yeah, okay. So
to be safe, 200.
Yeah, probably about 200. Could have been more, give or take a few. But they move in, and they just instantly just form this huge blockade surrounding the entire group.
It's called kettling, I think.
Yeah, kettling. So, but they surround everybody, and all these police cars come in. There's a helicopter, and everyone is surrounded, and this isn't a parking lot at this point. Everyone's like, "Oh shit, this is not good."
So yeah, there's a lot of people wondering what's gonna happen. So I'm like, you know what? You can talk to law enforcement. You can go and talk to the officers. They're not. You don't go up to them. They're like, "Get over there!" You can go up to them, and I'm like, "Okay, so what's happening?" Well, y'all are all gonna be. We're taking everybody away. I'm like. You mean like everybody's being taken away? Yeah, on those buses. And then he points, and there's 3 buses lined up.
Big prison buses.
Yeah.
Big jail buses. So
then I have to go deliver the news to Matt that everyone's being taken away and detained.
And then I had to deliver the news to Brent, our boss. So I gave Brent a call. And Brent, we would like to give a thank you to Brent for how supportive and awesome he was that night, because I was scared shitless. I thought, Ryan, we got mixed up in something bad here, and we are about to be in big trouble with our boss or whatever. But Brent was very understanding, and it was a fully peaceful protest too. People get it mixed up with what happened
with the assholes,
the window that got broken. But here's the thing, like what happened in Portland was different. There were riots in Portland. You can see videos of that. What happened in Los Angeles was not a riot. Yeah, like one asshole tried to like fight a cop somewhere. Not near us. We never saw that. Someone tried to fight a cop when they were getting arrested. So that was all over the news.
But yeah, that's something to point out. The story you hear is cop injured, vandalism, just roads blocked, all this other stuff. But what you don't hear is like you don't see the pictures of people high-fiving. And there was a lot of it. There's way more positivity going on than negativity. And I do not see pictures of like bus drivers smiling or high-fiving. I don't see people on the side of the road taking pictures and smiling like it's a parade.
In fact,
I see the few people that they can, that the one person probably lit something on fire, not like a building or anything. They lit like a little foam dummy head type shit. I'm sure, like at one point, I think the previous night or something.
Oh no, that was the first night of protest when they lit a giant Trump effigy, like a Trump head made out of. They lit like a Trump head made out of like paper mache on fire. We weren't there for that. That was a different night, but
and maybe that's an important thing for people who go out and protest to remember, that people are gonna focus on the entertainment. Like movies want explosions, the news wants fire and destruction and
speaking
chaos.
of that, the LA Times posted a video, some very high quality footage of. It was like a little compilation reel of the protest that night. And, you know, they focus on, you know, the stuff that the news wants to see. And I noticed that in the video, in the background, they use audio from what sounds like repeated gunshots, just explosions like... Okay, so they put that in the video in the background, and they make it sound like it's like officers firing like riot guns and shit. No, what that was we were there.
There's two things.
Yeah.
I know what one of them is.
Okay, what was the so you know there's these loud explosion sounds that they put in the video. That happened for what? 10 seconds while everyone was marching.
Yeah.
And what was that? That was someone's like exhaust. They had one of those like loud engines that they were.
One of them was a car exhaust popping, like pah pah, like that.
Because someone was just revving their engine with the protest.
Then another one was, there were two other ones that I saw. Another one was a firework that got shot up in the air, and then another one was this firecracker that someone just threw in the road. Not like a big explosive, just one of the ones that pah. But like right after he threw that and it did that. Stop that! Come on!
I yelled at that dude. I saw him. You saw me yell at the dude. I told him to knock that shit off.
The bald, hefty man.
When he had his kid with him too.
Yeah.
And I was like, stop! Don't do that shit.
Well, I mean, it says something where like there's a handful of those shitty people, like we've said, and they're the ones that are the poster children for all of the protest. And you know, that's just how it is. That's how it plays out. That's unfortunately what it's looked at. And I'm not saying that like, yeah, it's great to block roads and do all this other stuff, but I can sympathize with the movement, and I can see where these people are coming from, because I think a large part that people are missing is they're not even trying to understand what these people are scared of. And
it's just, you know your candidate didn't win, boo-hoo. You're just whining and complaining. I'm
just gonna kind of go on. I'm gonna sound really Tumblr-y, but if you don't have the same problems and injustices occur to you that these people do, such as, you know, the LGBTQ community, you don't understand. You can't really sympathize that much, because you don't have these problems, and so you just, they're just being crybabies because the candidate. It's like, no, it's not just the candidate. It's like what the rhetoric stood for. It's the symbolism that certain candidate upheld. If you have these powerful people that have these beliefs, it's worrisome if you are part of the LGBTQ community or minorities, because, you know, it just feeds into that thing of negativity towards them. And like, I understand that, and until you understand that and at least try to sympathize with it, you don't understand where this is coming from. And yes, you can say they're going about it the wrong way, but you can't just write them off as crybabies that are sad because Hillary didn't win, because that's honestly just not the case. A lot of them were protesting against Hillary as well.
Yeah, there was a sign that said "fuck Hillary" and "fuck Trump," and he was like, "I voted for Bernie." But the thing,
there's that one guy, "I voted for Jill Stein."
Yeah, this big fat old white man.
He sounded exactly like
that. Yeah, no, he sounded just like he ran up and he was screaming and his face was red. And he's like, "I voted for Jill Stein."
Jill Stein.
Yeah, but like, you know, people aren't out there protesting to change the election. They're protesting, you know, the future. They're protesting, you know, to make sure that people know that they're not going to stand for this type of, you know, behavior from the person that's going to be leading the United States, one of the most powerful countries in the world, one of the most influential countries in the world, debatably the most influential country in the world. So that's why people are doing this. And I get it. You know, people are like, why would you block off a road? What does that accomplish? I understand how fucking annoying that is. But I see their side in the sense that if people want their voices to be heard, they need to get the news attention, and
They
blocking
feel
a
the
road.
need to kind of cause noise, to make noise.
It's still peaceful, there's no violence happening.
Yeah.
But it's of course it's annoying. It's super annoying. I don't disagree with that at all, and I get that it's also illegal. But when people have a voice that they want heard, and they do something radical, they do something like they block a highway, and then the news shines its spotlight on them, so their voice gets heard. Do I agree? Do I understand? Yeah, completely, 100%. So.
And then, so I guess we can continue the story of the detainment.
Yeah.
So we last left off where they were surrounding us, so you can continue with that,
On the last episode, the boys are surrounded. Will they get out? Find out next time on Super Mega Cast. All right, play the outro. If we continue this for 2 podcasts, we can get extra views.
Dude, think of all the fucking revenue.
Get so much fucking ad revenue from this
God
shit.
Damn.
Oh! Okay, so, they had us surrounded without saying a word for about an hour. Was that about an hour, just standing there silently?
Yeah, at the beginning, I talked to someone, and I went over who also talked to an officer separate to the one that I talked to. And this was before that I talked to my officer.
I remember.
And he said, we're trying to figure out a path to let you guys leave.
Mm-hmm.
But of course that wasn't the case, and they changed their mind. So
as soon as you pointed it out, you said, look at that, and I look over, and there's the officers carrying the just massive bundles of zip tie handcuffs.
Yep, and that's not just to scare people. That's, they brought it out there for a reason.
I see all the buses lined up. I see all the zip tie handcuffs, and then Ryan comes back with the news that they said they're going to detain everyone. And everyone, except for 2 dumbasses, went very, they the police come.
Were there people that, there were people that were rude to the cops?
I didn't see anyone fight, but I saw one person in timeout. So I'm assuming that they just probably resisted arrest or something.
I thought one of them was a homeless person too.
It could have been.
No, seriously, one of the people in there was, I think, a homeless person.
The police are like, yes, score!
But so they made him sit to the side. I don't think he was treated the same as everyone else because the cops realized.
Yeah, so basically, they just start coming up one by one, and they bring out riot officers. Well, they're all riot officers, but they come out and they grab people, put their hands behind their back, and then handcuff them with these zip tie handcuffs, which they do not feel very pleasant, by the way. They're very tight, and they dig into your skin.
Especially when you get on a fucking bus crowded full with people. There's no comfortable way.
You got to sit down with your hands behind your back and shit. And
with digging into your fucking wrists.
And mine would start riding up a little bit, and they would poke my bone of my arm really bad. But anyway, so they put everyone. Ryan got arrested first, and
I wanted to get it over with.
Yeah,
I told you straight away. I was like, I'm going next.
Because the sooner you get arrested, detained, the faster you can get out of there.
If we waited, we would have been taking the Van Nuys.
Yeah, so they had there were too many people they were arresting, so they had to take a whole bus over to Van Nuys, which is in the valley, so that's very far away, and that would have sucked. Because we were only parked a few blocks from the police station, so we could walk there. But basically, finally, Ryan gets taken away. I took some pictures. That's what you saw on his social media. And then the police, I see them a few minutes later. I kind of just went and stood by him because I was just waiting. They point over at me. They come over. 2 riot officers. They're really rough too. They want to show you look how powerful we are.
Yeah.
And I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not anti-police either. I'm not part of that anti-police movement. But
my officer was very nice. Answered all my questions, including there were some charismatic officers that were just very kind of like, oh, we have to stand out here. Let's have a discussion. There are officers like your officer, Matt.
Yeah.
There are assholes that are like this. And they shouldn't speak for all law enforcement, but it's important to remember that if the media is going to cover the negativity that surround the protests, then it's important to cover the negativity that law enforcement pushes onto the protesters as well.
So, yeah, they really twist your, I put my hands out for them, and they really still even continue to twist your arm to the point where you almost want to say something because it hurts so bad.
Matt, look at you. You're a dangerous man. They didn't know if you were going to go ballistic. If you were going to go into some sort of unbridled fit of rage.
I could have ripped my shirt off and gone, just started beating the shit out of him. So
you would have thrown every cop 2 miles away from the situation. You would have hulked them through walls.
I could have just Hadoken them, dude.
But thank God they just took your wrist.
I took it easy on them that night.
Yeah.
So they did that. They take everything out of your pockets. They touch your penis a little bit. He touched my penis twice.
Did he?
Yeah. He ran his hand up and just...
They didn't touch my wiener.
They touched mine twice.
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 He was probably surprised. He's like, that wasn't a penis. Yep, holy shit, that's a penis. God damn.
Damn, son. Gotta put that in the police report. This boy's got a weapon. So, every single person had their own personal little riot officer. It was quite the luxury. Mine, unfortunately, wasn't. I got one of the kind of asshole cops. Ryan's got a good one. And the guy in front of me got a nice officer. The officer was like, yo, you play any sports? And the guy's like, nah, I used to surf. He's like, oh, I did too. And they're talking and stuff. And my officer just kept saying one thing, just, should have stayed home, Matthew. Should have stayed home. And I just wouldn't say anything. And like 3 minutes would go by and he'd go, should have stayed home, Matthew. What were you thinking? Should have stayed home.
What were you thinking, Matthew?
I'm just like, yep. And then he pulled out my cell phone. I mean, this is what upset me the most, was he pulled out my cell phone out of the bag after I gave it to him. And he looked at it, and he didn't unlock my phone, but he scrolled through all my text notifications, and he like sarcastically read a text from my girlfriend she didn't know what was going on, and she was freaking out. So I don't know, hearing him like sarcastically read a text from my girlfriend who was freaking out really upset me. And then he was just going through, and he read a text from Brent, and he goes, someone named Brent says he's proud. And I was like, yeah, it's my boss. And he was like, oh. But essentially, oh, and then
we don't want to say that Brent's proud that like
we got arrested.
He didn't. He's not proud that we were arrested or that we were quote unquote a part of the protest. He's just kind of like, that's just Brent. Hey, proud of you.
Brent is, again, big thank you to Brent for that night. It was like 3 a.m. He called our parents. He called the jail to figure out what was going on. Brent is a wonderful man. And
I think he's flirting with my mom.
I think he's flirting with my mom too. My mom said that, she's like, I've never met Brent and I love him. He's great.
My mom said the same thing. And then when I came into the office the next day, Brent was like, your mom might just be my new favorite person.
Oh my God, dude. Brent's
gonna fuck our moms before we get a chance to fuck each other's moms.
Okay, Brent, I gotta give Brent a little credit here. Brent Lilly, my man.
Woo!
Hey, he could be our new dads. What if he married both of our moms?
He became a Mormon.
Yeah, he marries both our moms.
He already sounds like one.
He does sound like a Mormon.
What? Are we hungry?
Yeah.
Wait, where are you thinking of order?
Open the door.
Come in. So we're about to order food.
Fuck up your podcast. You guys want something to eat?
Yes.
Yeah, what were you thinking? I need to take a tinkle break anyways.
Okay, go take a tinkle break.
Okay. We'll be right back after these short messages.
Sponsored by Vernon Shaw.
Give us a commercial. Vernon, give us a fucking...
Vernon, we need a commercial while we're ordering food.
I need to order food too, though. Hey everybody, Vernon Shaw here from Game Grumps and Hot Pepper Gaming, here to say Super Mega's just okay. Think about what you're doing with your life. Are you really happy that you're spending so many hours watching two boys play video games? They're handsome, I'll give you that.
I actually agree with him on that. It's a lot of wasted time, I think. But hey, I mean, I'm not complaining, but...
Yeah, and hey, more importantly, time wasted having fun is never really time wasted at all, is it?
It's not time wasted at all.
Yeah.
But time wasted watching two degenerates of society play video games might be...
trash.
That's a little bit time wasted.
It's absolute trash.
Always have a pair of headphones with you. You don't even have to be listening to music. Just keep them in.
Oh, yeah, why? I should do that. Usually I'll just, put my face right in my phone, but that doesn't always stop them. Anyway, there's so how do you do YouTube? How many subscribers do you have? So I'm standing there in handcuffs explaining what Super Mega is. Yeah. Explaining, what kind of content we make. What do you do? And it's like, I got to explain how we make money and then the officers are like, wow, cool. And it's like, all right.
You know what my officer did?
What?
What do you do? I'm like, YouTube. He goes, YouTube. Yep. And that was it. That was it.
Not my officer. He really wanted to know.
He grilled you hard.
Anyway, but then they put you in front of the bus. They take a little makeshift, it's not an official mugshot, but they got someone with a camera with a flash. And
let's see if I can find that photo.
My officer was like, look, we get to take our own little picture together to remember this moment. And stand next to him, took a picture, put me on the bus. And the bus is...
Didn't he say something about your twin, though?
Yeah, no, he's talking to another officer. He's like, I'm out here late, and I'm going to be out here late every night because, Matthew's twins are going to want to come out and do the same thing. I told him, I was like, I'm just out here to take pictures and spectate.
Okay, large, bald, white man.
He was Officer Humphreys, I think that was his name. I don't know. Anyway, they put us on the bus, and the bus is sectioned off into these caged chambers, and we get put into one of the bigger ones.
The middle one.
Yeah, girls get their own like separate individual cages with like 2 people in it. But all the guys, I know, but then all the guys get put into this big cage. So you, me, and a bunch of like 12 other dudes, probably like 10, 12, I don't know.
The rest in the back that didn't really talk at all.
No, I didn't hear them at all. But we were in the middle cage, and we're all sitting there. That bus ride was fun. I had a good time because the guys were all really cool, and we're all like cracking jokes. And
singing along to songs.
Yeah, the bus
like
driver.
A field trip, except with uncomfortable wrists.
Exactly, and you know that the end of the field trip is not going to be it's not going to be fun.
Yeah, uncomfortable wrists not due to giving hand jobs, but because of the zip tie.
Well, I mean, don't single anyone out, but
yeah,
basically. They were playing like
they're playing some old.
They're playing Alicia Keys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So everyone's singing along, very fun. Everyone's cracking jokes, and then we get off the bus, and it's like, oh, here's the reality. They take us into.
Well, it's not just that. We were on the bus for about 2 hours.
God, that bus.
I timed it. We were on the bus for 2 hours. We drove for about 15 minutes, and then we were stationary for about an hour and a half.
Yeah, that was hell just sitting on the. At least it was air conditioned. But basically, then we get off. They take us into this little like indoor kind of warehouse where they take people into the jail area.
Yeah.
They make you stand up against a wall, take the laces out of your shoes, take the strings out of your hoodies, which my hoodie actually, the string was decorative. So that
boo-hoo.
Well, I just bought it, and I had to ruin it.
Boo-boo-hoo. Is that the one thing you have to complain about of that entire fucking night?
I bought a brand new hoodie, and then I had to break it.
You should have told them, you break it, you buy it.
Well, I mean, that was something I was legitimately upset about because I just bought that hoodie. But I got to go buy a new one.
I can buy an even better one.
No, but I really liked that one specific hoodie. It was from Topman or something. I liked it. But and it was on the clearance rack, so I don't even know if they'll have it again. Anyway, first world problems. Then they put everyone into a little like holding cell together, a big concrete room. Literally everything's made out of concrete. And then there's a urinal. Everyone's sitting in there. They bring you out one by one, tell you your charges.
You're gay.
Sir, you're gay. Now get back in the cell. What'd they say?
They called me gay. Same here. What's going on?
You boys are gonna be here for a long time.
It's like when you think about it, the whole stereotypes of like prisons, like homosexuality is just because the officers just kind of implant it into your head the moment you're detained.
You boys are under arrest. Now kiss. What? You want to get off, don't you? Because I'm about to get off. Anyway, and then the second Ryan, we're all in the cell and they shut the door. And Ryan's like, we could be here for like 4 hours. I'm gonna lay down. So Ryan lays down on the cold hard concrete. And the moment you lay down, they're like, all right, everybody out.
Yeah.
And then they take us out back into the kind of like warehouse area, sit us down. They give us all of our personal info. They come up, give us the ticket. We got to sign it. My officer actually, he's like, here's your court date. It's at 8:30 a.m. on this day. And he wrote down 8:30 p.m. And I didn't want to be like a smartass, but I was like, you wrote down p.m. And he was like, oh, yeah.
Well, golly gosh,
Whoops.
I saw the guy who did that. It was a different officer.
He was nice. That guy was nice.
Oh, howdy.
No, the officer that gave me the actual ticket, not the one that arrested me, but the guy that gave me the ticket and my stuff. He was very nice.
Officer, you wrote this down as a felony? Huh, whoops.
Oops. No, but
slipped my mind.
If I had just gone by the ticket and gone in at 8:30 p.m., by the time I went in, there would have been a warrant out for my arrest.
Yeah, but you know how many warrants there are for people who skip court.
Still, that would have fucked me over.
County.
I couldn't have just gotten out of that. But anyway, they give us our tickets, and then they walk us out. There was like a little garage door that goes under the street. They just walk us out, and we're on the sidewalk, and that was it. And we walked back, got McDonald's, and went home. And that was the night.
Yeah, it was an experience. How about that? So enough about that. We saw a movie.
We did see a movie.
I know that's a hard cut to something after such a long conversation.
People are just like, wait, what? That they just switched like that?
Yeah.
All
right. Well, all aboard.
We did see a movie. We saw it with Aaron and Susie and Chris and Barry. We saw Arrival, the movie starring Amy Adams and Brendan Fraser. And
oh, could you imagine?
Oh God, that movie.
Brendan Fraser is one of the septipods.
It was a good movie though. I really enjoyed it. It's the movie about aliens come down in these big like monolithic shell things, and then the movie is about a linguist who is trying to like break the language barrier with these creatures.
Yeah, and we're not gonna spoil anything, give anything away, but I will say it's one of those movies, much like I saw Moonlight recently, and I thought it was a beautiful film.
I want to see it. I didn't see it. I really want to.
So I've seen 2 good movies in a row, and I love seeing a movie, and afterwards I'm like, I want to read more about it, or I need to think about this more, because like it's a different movie than what they usually put out. It's not your typical ending. It's not your typical story at all. It's based on a short story.
Yeah, it was a good refresher because most alien movies, it's like they're invading us and it's humans versus aliens, and then I know, and there's a lot of guns and tanks and explosions, and then someone sacrifices themselves and blows something up and kills all the aliens, and then humanity recovers and moves on to the next phase of life. But this was very refreshing because it's not about, it's got like a very deep story,
and the pacing isn't action movie. And I can understand why people would be bored, but it wasn't boring at all to me.
I didn't think it was boring.
I could understand why the typical movie audience that is like Age of Ultron, the next Avengers movie, I could understand why they would probably get a bit bored. Not saying that those movies are bad, just saying that the attention. Okay, here's the rule. Usually movies try to go by the attention span of every 7 seconds, change up the shot or do something different. This movie goes with, we have a tone, we're going to set that tone, we have a story to tell, we have visuals to help display that story. That's how it's laid out. They're not trying to keep people's attention by changing the frames and just image every 7 seconds.
I think also it's a lot of people go into it with the expectation that it's like, this is an alien movie. It's going to be very action-packed, very, high speed.
Do not expect an action movie at all.
It's not like that. It's more of a, kind of like slowly paced.
Very interesting, and it held me.
It was. It was really interesting because I really like language and linguini pasta, linguistics, and so I thought that like the whole aspect of like that side of the movie was really interesting too. I really liked it a lot.
And I honestly, you've been asking me, but you really, I think, should go see Moonlight.
I want to see it. I really want to see it.
I really like Moonlight.
I got to find a time to see it. Maybe tonight. Will you go see it again?
Who knows? I got to see Doctor Strange still. I got to see that. I got to see that soon.
I saw the trailer. I thought it looked really cool, but I don't really have any hype for it. But I'll see it though.
I have to go. You know me. I go see anything that's out.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Oh,
you saw the what? You saw the Minions movie by yourself?
I did. I saw Cinderella, the live action Cinderella by myself. That's not
I'm sorry.
Joke.
I'm not making.
It's not a joke.
I'm not laughing at you to make fun of you. It's just the image of you sitting in a theater with children.
I used to
by yourself watching the Minions movie and the Cinderella movie.
I walked out of the Cinderella movie. I used to give little short reviews of movies on my on my Twitter account, and I gave it like a D, I think.
A D.
I don't like live action recreations of animation because animation captures something completely different that live action can't.
Yeah, that's totally true. I wonder if they'll ever do like a live action remake of like a Pixar movie or something.
I'm just sick of. They're doing Beauty and the Beast, and of course they're doing. I'm not sure.
It's easy cash.
They're doing Milan. They're doing a live.
Are they really?
Milan. Yeah. And I don't want that.
I don't remember this. It's been like.
I just need Mushu. I just need Eddie Murphy's wise crackerness. Crackerness.
I think it's been what, like 10. It's been like a decade, or I'd even go as far to say like 13, 14 years since I've seen Mulan. So I don't remember. I barely remember anything about it. So
soundtrack. So I love the soundtrack.
Oh, My Heart Will Go On is amazing.
We recommend Arrival.
I do. Yeah, I recommend Arrival.
Go out and see it.
If you want something that's a different spin on an alien movie, go check it out. It's really cool. And
if you like your movies 90 minutes filled with explosions and not much story, this isn't for you.
Nope. But we got something else to talk about. All right, we got to bring this to attention. There's a little establishment, okay, that the people know across the United States called New Jersey Michaels, okay? Or you may know it as Jersey Mike's Subs.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get something straight, Jersey Mike's. The other day we ordered lunch. We're at the office doing some of that nice hard work.
Editing.
We're hungry. The office orders lunch. We order subs, it's like a nice submarine sandwich. That sounds delicious right now.
You think about it, you're like, oh, those herbs and spices,
that
some
soft bread,
and cheese, maybe some veggies along with it. Not for me because I'm picky, but if you're feeling in the mood, put some lettuce and tomatoes on that shit, make it a bit juicy.
That delivery man knocks on the door. We get this crate full of fucking sandwiches.
And we're like, whoa!
What's in the crate, Ryan? Not sandwiches, but a little something else. Something called a sub in a tub.
And you know why? Because on their menu, their picture for a meatball sub sandwich or any other sub sandwich is the sub sandwich. And it's under the category sub in a tub, which I don't ever read the categories.
I don't know what the fuck. What is a
board.
sub in a tub?
Sub in a tub is when they take away the bread, put everything in a fucking little.
Yeah, they
dish
get a
tub thing.
plastic tub, and then they just put the contents of the sandwich minus the bread.
But it's not just that.
into
It's
this
a
tub.
cold sub in a tub. It's cold. The meatball sub is cold. It's juicy. It's moist. You could have taken that tub, tilted it, and drinking the juices like it was a beverage.
And on top of that, Aaron was going on about this, but it's not. It'd be different if it was like the stuff was chopped up so you could eat it with a fork. It's not. The ingredients are just whole, just layered. So if you try to stick a fork in it, you get like massive cuts of meat and like a whole slice of tomato and lettuce, and it's like, how am I supposed to eat this?
A fork and a knife.
So we got a whole bunch of subs in a tub by mistake. I don't know why Jersey Mike's offers that, but I'm sure the moment that order was placed, they're like, guys, someone's actually ordering it. No one's ever ordered this before.
Holy shit, more than what? Two subs in a tub.
3, 4.
Oh, so many subs in tubs. We're going crazy.
Now I'm waiting for the comments on the video. I always order the sub in the tub. It's delicious.
Fuck off.
It's like that. Like it's like going to McDonald's. Like, yeah, can I just get the contents of the Big Mac minus the bun stuck in a plastic bin and make sure it's like heavily condensated when I get it, so it's like dripping with water and stuff. And I'm not one to usually complain.
You got a McRib, so
I got a McRib last night because the McRib is that sensation that's like, oh, it's once a year. There it is. I had one once long ago, and I did not like it at all. They didn't put enough sauce on it or something. I just didn't like it. So last night we go to McDonald's. We got to go through the drive-thru twice because I ordered the McRib. I'm like, I'll give it a shot. They give us McNuggets. We go back again, sit there for 5 minutes, and they give us. And we hear the guy in the back go, I told you it was a McRib. I told you.
It's because they were obviously having the argument of, did he say McRib or McNugget?
They could have asked me at the window like we do at Chick-fil-A.
Dude, that McDonald's sucks.
They're so bad every time.
Stupid. They don't care.
Yeah, but so I get the McRib finally, and I'm not expecting anything good. I'm like, I'm probably gonna hate this like I did a couple years ago. I open it up, and it's not even the regular bun. It's this. So they got the long piece of meat, if you can even call it that, like drenched in barbecue sauce, and then a regular small hamburger bun with. It's not the bun that's made for it. There's a bun made for the McRib.
But this one had sesame seeds, which is weird. I usually think of Burger King.
No, they have sandwiches that have the Big Mac has sesame seeds and stuff.
Ew!
But basically it's like the meat of the sandwich was like 2 times longer than the bun, and the bun was just on one side of it. So it's just
it had wings. You can flop it over.
Yeah. But it was just shifted over, so it's just this massive like stick of meat dripping barbecue sauce with like pickles and onions with this tiny little bun. And I look at it, I'm like, how am I supposed to eat this? Like it was difficult to eat, especially in the car because the bun covered up like a third of the whole sandwich, but they didn't care. I ate the McRib, got a stomach ache, didn't feel too good. It's not very good. If you like the McRib, good for you. I'm not a big fan of it, but I'll probably order it again next year because I don't know why. Their marketing works with the novelty of it. It's like, it's the McRib. You got to get it now or you'll never get it again.
The McRib.
I don't like the McRib though. I'll just leave it at that.
I don't think most people do.
I mean, they bring it back every year for a reason, I guess. Maybe I think a lot of people like it.
I've been playing Watch Dogs too.
Yeah, Watch Dogs. Is that fun? I walked in on you playing it.
I'm enjoying it. I like the whole. I don't know. The city is very empty in the game, which is unfortunate because it just feels kind of just bland when you're roaming sometimes. But I like the missions because you get to use your little drones and little like jumper car things. It's really fun.
Ooh.
I like the whole hacking mechanic stuff because you can hack into computers by like taking over a camera and using that camera to access other cameras until you get to where you need to go. And if one of the cameras views a computer, you can hack into that computer to get a security access code, and then you can open up to. It's fun. I didn't play the first Watch Dogs, so it's my first go around at these mechanics, and I can't say whether it's worth $60 yet, but I'm playing it. I'm doing something.
I hear you in your room late at night playing it. It sounds like a good time. I hear you just whoa, yeah.
This is a game.
What if people
hacking
genuinely? Holy shit! I just said legitimately played games like that. If you're enjoying, you go to a movie and you're enjoying it, just whoa, yeah.
But like, it's not like when a big thing happens. It's just
you get
like, you're like, oh, I'm enjoying this.
Yeah. Woo! I saw Anchorman 2 in theaters a while back. This big dude was sitting in the seat in front of me, and he's just the scene. Spoiler alert, but the scene in Anchorman 2 when the bus is flipping, This guy in front of me was having the time of his fucking life. Just, oh, this is hilarious. Oh, just laughing and clapping. And he kept saying, this is hilarious. This is hilarious. He was yelling it. And everyone I'm sitting with, we're just looking at each other like, wow, this guy is really having a good time. I wish I could get.
I'm sorry. I just really like the movie.
It was Ryan, guys. I didn't want to rat him out or embarrass him, but it was Ryan. He was sitting in front of me. But the
people are gonna actually think that you're serious.
No, it was not Ryan.
You know there are people there who just like everything we say. It's like, ah, man, I just took a big dump in a dragon's mouth. That's impossible.
Guys, you really didn't do that. I'm calling you out on your bluff right now. But the guy was just having a great fucking time. And speaking of having a great fucking time, Ryan, what do you say about ending this podcast?
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's end it.
Fine.
I'll
do it.
Of the year for me that I have seen, it was fantastic. It was it was just I went and saw it by myself, and it was just a beautiful, heartbreaking, incredible film.
Very real.
Yeah, very real.
It didn't do like movie shit a lot of the times.
Very eye-opening to that kind of like culture and what it's like to be the movie's about it's about a gay guy growing up in the hood, the drug-riddled hood of Miami, and it is incredible.
So good.
Yeah.
We definitely recommend to watch.
I give this movie 2 kisses.
That's good.
What are we talking about? Ryan, tell me so what's your obviously, you live in LA now, so you don't do it anymore, but what was your traditional Thanksgiving like? What would you do?
Well, I have 2 families. So, mom's side, dad's side. I think everyone, of course, does. But mine is a lot more separated because it's like, my parents got divorced. So it's like I have 2 separate Thanksgivings instead of like a big family gathering of sorts, I guess. Or like mom and dad coming to both. So I'd go probably either at the beginning. No, I'd probably go to Spartanburg, Greenville, or something like that. And then Spartanburg. And then I don't know, Thanksgiving has always been great because we don't really eat the typical stuff when it comes to my mom's side of the family. Just a bunch of I don't know, my grandmother's Dutch and my grandfather was Middle Eastern, so there's a hodgepodge of delicious foods that weren't really American.
Typical.
Yeah. But of course we did have turkey and stuff, but of course the sides we would have like hummus and what is it? I'm trying to think. Kibbe. I can't pronounce it right because I'm a dirty little man.
Get out of here with that shit, Ryan.
And then over on my dad's side, we just have nice old honey-baked ham, some mashed potatoes, some sweet potato salad.
Speaking my language.
Macaroni and cheese. Don't put any pineapples in that shit.
In the mac and cheese?
Yeah.
People do that?
I'm just warning people.
People do that?
I don't know. I'm just saying, don't do it.
Oh. I thought
if you have the urge to put pineapples in mac and cheese, don't do it.
That sounds fucking. I thought you were saying that's actually a thing people do.
No, but people put pineapple on pizza.
That's perfectly fine.
Sounds
and
gross
delicious.
to me.
No, it's
like putting.
Have you ever had it? Wait. Have you ever had it?
It's like putting an apple on pizza.
Have you ever had it?
It's like putting.
Have you ever had pineapple on pizza?
No, I've never had pineapple on pizza.
Don't judge it.
I'm gonna judge it. It sounds gross.
Yeah, it sounds gross.
It sounds fucking disgusting.
Of course,
I'm gonna cut up some apples. I'm gonna cut up like a fucking pear and put it on a pizza.
Completely different, Ryan.
It's not completely different.
It's different
They're in the same family.
Different fucking fruit. And
Whatever.
no, pineapples and apples are not in the same family, and pears and pineapples are not in the same
I'm
fucking
gonna put
family.
like a little kiwi.
Not in the same
dragon
family.
fruit and put it on my pizza.
Completely
no,
different.
I'm not
dude.
gonna do that.
Pineapple is different, and
You put carrots on your pizza?
Ryan, your argument does not hold up. Pineapple, I agree, looks and sounds gross on pizza, but it is my favorite because the flavor combination is delicious.
Isn't that like a Hawaiian pizza thing?
Yeah, oh god, Hawaiian pizza is the best with a little Canadian bacon.
Nope, just plain cheese or just pepperoni and cheese is the best.
Boring as shit.
No, it's the best. I could eat that shit up. I don't get bored.
No,
if you get bored of the pepperoni, take a bite of the cheese. If you get bored of the cheese, take a bite of the pepperoni. Boom.
I feel bad for you, Ryan. I truly feel
we
bad
mostly
for you.
We mostly only order all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always down for cheese. I'll be honest, Ryan. I'm not the biggest fan of pepperoni.
Really?
Like I can do pepperoni pizza, but it's never my first choice.
Yeah, mine is usually just plain cheese.
I like plain cheese pizza.
It's just good.
Honestly,
you can dip the crust in the garlic. Papa John's is my favorite place to order pizza from.
I think Papa John's
Overall,
and Domino's are tied for me.
Where?
Papa John's and Domino's, I think they're tied for me because I like
Domino's crust is better.
Yeah, Domino's has better crust, but Papa John's, I think, I don't know, man. I think they might just have better pizza overall.
I like that they don't use the sauce isn't that. There's not so much sauce on it. Like there's a good ratio of sauce and cheese on a Papa John's pizza.
Chris told me, he's like, oh, I figured out the best way to order a pizza. Just ask for less cheese and less sauce. And then like he ordered a pizza and I had a piece of it and it was so dry and like it had like no cheese. He's like, this is the good stuff.
It's just like old and withered and gray and like flaking apart.
Chris, I think you're just eating a piece of aged leather.
It's literally just dried out pita bread with some Mexican cheese sprinkled on top.
And ketchup. This is the good stuff, Matt.
Okay, Chris.
Yeah, but back to Thanksgiving. My Thanksgivings usually, you know, I didn't get to celebrate Thanksgiving with my family last year. I didn't do anything for Thanksgiving last year, which sucked because it was my first Thanksgiving away from home and did absolutely nothing. And it was not a good feeling knowing that the rest of the country was eating turkey and enjoying Thanksgiving festivities. And so usually like it's either people come over to our house and like family members come over and my mom will make like a ham or a turkey and then you know, people will bring over sides. My mom makes this delicious broccoli casserole with rich crackers, and it is, it's so good.
My stepmom makes a casserole with Ritz crackers. That is like my favorite dish she makes.
Is
it's
it like broccoli and stuff?
No. It's kind of like it's with rice-a-roni and chicken, and she like the crust on it is Ritz crackers.
Yeah,
it's really fucking good.
My mom does that. It's Ritz crackers, but the inside is like cheese and broccoli and stuff, which sounds weird, but it's really good.
Ritz crackers go so well with that shit,
dude. Ritz crackers are amazing, and it's weird that we're talking about Ritz crackers because the past 3 nights in a row. So I have this.
Have you been stealing my Ritz crackers?
Were those your Ritz crackers? There's not a single one left.
That
box with like 5 sleeves of Ritz crackers.
I can order more.
I thought that they had just been in our cabinet for like months, and that's why I ate them.
No, I ordered them back remember when I like had the flu,
the
I
stomach
guess,
thing.
and I was like, I'm just gonna order a bunch of like saltines and crackers and chips because they're easy to digest.
Yeah. So the other night, I have this thing where I wake up every single night in the middle of the night, and I just like binge eat, and I'm starving. So I woke up, I'm like, I need food, but we don't have anything. So I just saw a box of Ritz crackers, and I'm like, these have been here forever. I'll eat these.
We cleaned out the fridge this morning.
We did clean out the fridge.
I'm going to go grocery shopping today. I'm going to get, oh, dude, I can't wait. I'm going to have my cheese sticks back.
Oh, God, Christ.
What? Just solid sticks of sharp cheddar cheese.
Oh.
It's so good.
Anyway, like every night, I'll just wake up in the middle of the night, and I'll just down a whole sleeve of Ritz crackers in my bed. Crumbs everywhere.
Do you have anything with them, or just plain Ritz crackers?
Plain Ritz crackers.
You don't like put cheese on them?
No, just Ritz crackers by themselves are good.
You don't dip them in honey or anything.
I don't like cheese that much, to be honest. I like it on things, but I don't like sliced cheese, and I don't like individual cheese. But it smells too bad.
I'm a man of my cheese.
I know you are.
I love it, and that's probably why I have bad gas.
Yeah.
But I haven't been eating.
That's why
cheese.
I said, "Oh Christ," when you said you're about to order more cheese.
Yeah. So prepare for that.
Because I live with you, so.
Oh.
I live and work and record with you, so I whatever your diet is, I'm not gonna be able to escape it. Yeah, but we gotta go grocery shop. When's the last time we went to the grocery store and just got groceries?
Almost 2 months.
Jesus Christ. Do we eat out that much?
We just kind of like, they order lunch every day at the Grump office, and so it's like that, and then afterwards we'll usually just not be hungry after that. I don't know.
Just snack. Yeah. That's not very healthy at all.
No, it's not. We'll both have like Soylent, or you'll have your protein shake in the morning for breakfast.
Yeah, Soylent.
And then we'll have an ordered lunch maybe, and then dinner is a hodgepodge of whatever.
Or I'll go to McDonald's or something and get dinner. McDonald's
and Taco Bell are your 2 favorite places to go for dinner.
Well, not so much. I've kind of run my course with McDonald's at this point. It's like
I'm tired of that location. They always get the order wrong.
Yeah.
It's like whenever I go there, it's like, I could use McDonald's.
But and then they screw it up so bad. And like, I'm not one to complain about fast food or fast food service, but this one McDonald's is fucking unreal how bad it is. Like, they will not, no matter how many times you repeat it, and they even put it on the screen, they still get the order wrong.
And they don't care.
Yeah,
They'll laugh and smirk at you or roll their eyes like it was like, hey, You got my order wrong. And it's like, it's their inconvenience if they got your order wrong. And like, we're being nice about it.
Yeah,
We're
it's
like,
not like, hey, my order's wrong. It's like, hey, I think I ordered this, but I think I got this.
They're like, okay.
And then they spit in Ryan's face and rub it all over his eyes.
Look, they can do whatever they want. I don't know. Their punishment is having to deal with customers every day.
Yeah, that is truly an endless hell. And that's probably why they don't do their job, because they hate it so much, because they got to deal with, especially in LA, because it's one thing working fast food in like the South where everyone is like super sweet, but in LA, like I feel like everyone's really mean.
Yeah, it's like everyone's very self-entitled in LA.
So I feel like you have to deal with a lot of shittier people working fast food in the West than in the South.
If I worked at that McDonald's, I'd probably act that way.
Yeah, I would
like,
too.
I'm being honest,
fair.
but it's just that since I'm the customer, I have that bias for the food that I want to eat, because I'm a fatty with those stretch marks. They go.
Could put some coconut oil on that.
That's the sound of my stretch marks stretching over time.
If I filmed you for like 2 years and then sped it up to a 2-second clip, that's the sound it would make. Is that your stomach coming out and then just like bouncing like
yeah. I can do a 6 stomach drop.
Yeah, I know you can. You should put it on r/belly drops.
I should.
I don't know if that's a thing.
I should do it as a joke and put it on, what is it, tit drop?
Yeah. Not that I go on that, but
no, of course not.
You should do that. In fact, speaking of things that go, speaking of things that go, I can't do that fucking sound effect.
That was good. I liked it.
I'll be following. My cat has discovered the little door stopper thing. You know that the little like coil on the wall.
Yeah.
He's discovered that, and I'll be laying in bed and I'll be like 90% asleep.
Do we have those in our rooms?
Yeah, we do.
I just never noticed it.
Exactly. I'll be 90%. I never noticed it either until I'm 90% asleep, and my cat charges across the room, smacks it with his paw, and it goes.
And then runs under your bed.
Exactly. Yeah, he does that. So I can't grab him or yell at him or anything because he's at the very end of my bed.
Thing is, the apartment's all clean now.
Oh, it's so clean. It's so nice.
So like, he shouldn't have that much stuff to play around with, but I think he just gallops around your room.
Yeah. What he does is it'll be. Sorry.
Are you throwing up? You okay?
Mm-hmm. It'll be, I don't know, 2, anywhere between 2 and 5 a.m. or even 6, and he will decide that is the time that he's going to have his fun and be active. You know, he can't do it when I'm not at home because he's at home from probably 10:30 in the morning until 4, 5, 6 in the afternoon. So he has all that time home alone, and he can play around, he can run around, do whatever he wants.
Peace and quiet.
Yeah, so he just sleeps then. And then when I get home, that's when he decides I'm gonna fucking go crazy. So, but it's not even right when I get home. It's when I turn the lights off and go to bed. And he runs around my room. Every time you get like a drink, he somehow gets the bottle cap from the drink and it makes its way into my room.
But I throw my drinks away and shit. Like I don't leave them out.
Not anymore, but a while back he would. I don't know how he would just get the bottle caps.
Because both of us were lazy as fuck and would never take the garbage out.
Yeah, but
all the trash would collect on in the fucking kitchen, in the living room.
But I don't know how he got the bottle caps off, and they would be in my room, and he just at 5 a.m. he'll be smacking the bottle caps around the floor and chasing them and slamming into walls and stuff.
And then you let him out of your room in the middle of the fucking night, and then he comes over, smacks the bottle cap under my door, and then starts pawing under my door when I'm trying to sleep.
Because I can't, like, there's nothing that can stop him when he's freaking out in the middle of the night. I can spray him with a squirt bottle.
Break his paw.
I can yell at him. I can take everything away that he plays with, and he'll just start running back and forth. He won't even be playing with anything. He'll charge from one side of my room to the other. And it's super loud. And he'll slam into the wall because he runs so fast, and then he'll run under my bed, or he'll jump up on my windowsill and then play with the curtains.
We just need to lock Lego and him in like the living room for like a good 30 minutes, have them play together, have Lego annoy him,
we should
just make him run around.
We should stick them in your little closet area. They'll be more confined, and they can just fucking go crazy and bounce off the walls.
Because Lego won't hurt him.
No. They have a good time together. It's funny to watch, actually.
If anything, Banana will hurt him.
Yeah, because they like to play in this way. I mean, I guess it's playing, but it's like Banana will be on his back on the ground with all 4 paws up in the air, and he's staring at Lego, and Lego's above him, and Lego will put his entire head in his mouth.
Yeah.
Lego will just eat Banana completely. He'll put his whole face and head in his mouth, and Banana will be like smacking Lego and kicking him and stuff, and then they just roll around and play like that, and then Banana always hisses and gets mad, and then keeps doing it.
But just Lego looks like he doesn't understand. He's just like, oh, look at this thing.
Yeah, I don't think Lego
This
does
thing's
understand.
swatting at me. This thing's having fun.
I think Banana likes it because it's the only way he can get his little hunting urges out. Maybe that's why he plays with the bottle caps.
Probably because they're like little cockroaches.
And I don't understand this. I did a little research online. Still not very clear on it. But
I'm gonna move the mic, Matt.
no,
I'm moving it.
I'm still not very clear on why they do this. But I've seen a lot of people's cats online do this. Banana will get on top of like my dresser or the counter or anything, and he'll look at a bottle or a cup with a drink in it or deodorant or anything, and he'll just knock it off with his paw and then watch it hit the ground and just stare at it. He'll sit on top of like the surface, knock something off, and then just stare down at it like, whoa.
Didn't we look it up and it's like they're like interested in like watching things fall and shit?
Like gravity or something. They don't.
He does that with everything.
It's so fucking annoying. I can't get them to stop. I don't know how to make them stop because I read online you can't discipline them for that because they don't know what they did wrong. Even if you like punish them right when he knocks something off, he won't understand why he's being punished. So it'll just make him hate me and then start to get mean and bitter and stuff. So the only solution is not leaving drinks and stuff out, which we both do sometimes. And then I'll hear a big crash and I'll walk in the room and then there's water or Gatorade all over the floor. And I'm just like, God damn it, you stupid cat. And I pick him up and I'll put him in the washing machine and turn it on for a whole cycle just to punish him.
What do you think like is something that could just... I'm trying to think of just something that'll scare him into submission.
We could beat the shit out of him and break his paws.
You could just like grab him by his 2 hind legs and start flinging him around. You'll probably hear a few snaps, but
Could throw him across the room.
He'll be like one of those balls at the end of the string on a paddle.
We could just throw him out the window. We don't live on the first floor, so we can just.
Yeah, cats can survive a long fall, can't they?
Cats can fall from a really and for the dumbasses. No, we're not serious about any of this. But cats.
Yeah, there are those stupid people out there.
Oh my God, you're so mean to your cat. You really do that? Oh my God, I have to report this video right now. Yeah, but cats can fall a really long way and land on their feet. I don't know how they take a good shock.
They apparently can, like, their head, if you put a cinder block on it and then step on it, it can, like, it won't crush. Like, their head can thin out to, like, paper thin.
I've never heard that one, but
because it isn't true. And if anybody's listening and is stupid enough to actually believe it, then now you know what your IQ level is probably nothing to brag about. I mean, ours isn't either, but if you actually believe that, then there's something you need to go get checked out.
I saw a video of like a cockroach and how they can fit through small spaces and get flat and everything. It was really disturbing and disgusting. It was a cockroach in a tube, and it was being crushed until the point where it didn't get hurt. And they can go through the tiniest holes and flatten themselves, and it's so fucking gross. Yeah.
Ew.
That's how they get inside. They get through like the sides of windows and shit. It's disgusting. You can't keep them out. They're so fucking. I'm just glad that we don't have them at where we live.
God, I'm not gonna do this, but we're doing the soup video very soon.
We are.
And what would be your reaction if I just had a dead cockroach floating in the middle of the soup?
I wouldn't even touch it.
But what if it was a clean cockroach that I bought from a store?
You can't buy a clean cockroach.
I can kill one and then clean it myself.
No, you can't.
What if I get one of those lollipops with a cockroach or whatever?
They don't make the ones that have the cockroaches in them, as far as I know. Usually it's crickets or scorpions.
What if I just put a little cricket, like a bunch of crickets in it? Then I dressed the cricket up as a cockroach. I gave him a little cockroach costume.
Well, I would do 2 things.
Yeah.
I would applaud you for your dedication and just
to get like a grasshopper and a cockroach costume.
The fact that you went through all of that effort to make a cockroach costume and put it on a cricket. And then I would also just not eat the soup.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Yeah.
I just spent a lot of time making the soup.
Well, if you put bugs in it, I'm not going to eat it.
But bugs have protein.
Yeah, okay, well, people are like, "Well, bugs have protein." Yeah, but no more protein than like I can have a protein bar, like an energy bar, and get like 5 times that amount.
That's not natural though.
I saw some guy online long ago that was talking like, "Well, yeah, I can drink my cum, and it's a lot of protein." And the person's like, "Yeah, but you can also just eat like a fish fillet and get twice the amount. Why would you?" And the guy was defending it like, "Well, no, it's."
Was this your youth pastor?
No. Yeah, we were all in a group. He's like, "Guys, you can drink your cum. It's protein."
And it's not a sin.
No, there were multiple people online in this group trying to say like, "Well, no, but you can look. It's protein. It's natural." It's like, yeah, but it's not. It's not like it's so protein enriched that you're not going to get that protein. I can go drink a protein shake I can buy for $2.99 at the gas station and
You
get
just
twice that amount.
You can think of Popeye instead of like pulling out triumphantly like that thing of spinach. It's just like he pulls down his pants, strokes his cock, the little spittle of cum comes out. And he goes boom, boom, boom. With the muscles, da 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 da. Or like in another episode, it'll pan into like a bathroom and he's just giving like that whatever the guy with the black beard, just like a blowy, just boom, boom, bah!
Oh man, think Popeye was gay?
I don't know. He sure was overcompensating.
Yeah,
a lot
he was.
of the times.
And his arms were fucking huge, dude. His arms were something wrong with his arms. I think Family Guy made a joke
It's
about
like Family Guy and Robot Chicken, I think.
about the tumors on his arm.
Yeah.
Because I was about to make a joke, and then I was like, "Wait a second, I think that's already been done." And then I remembered back to my Family Guy days. So, God, my Family Guy days. It's a dark time in my life.
Yeah, we were just talking with Brent, and he was like, "Is Family Guy a good show?" We were just all like, "No, it's not."
You know,
At the end of the day.
his exact words were, "Do we like Family Guy?"
Oh yeah, do we like Family Guy? He's like,
We're just
no.
no.
I think, as I said, South Park it's probably the popular thing to say, and everybody loves South Park, but it's true. There's a reason, because it's fucking great.
I haven't seen any of the recent seasons. I haven't watched South Park in ages. I don't know why.
It holds up. It's
Probably
just,
because we don't have cable, and that was the only. I'll be honest, dude. I kind of wish we had cable. I love just kind of
flipping through the
channels
channel,
and watching
putting
TV.
something on.
Hey,
Well,
if we make more money,
When we ditch our current internet provider because there's something way better that we could get, we can look into cable and seeing what a package would
why
cost.
are we? We've been wanting to switch for months. Why have we not just done that?
I don't know. They suck.
It's too much work.
I don't want to name drop them.
I'm sorry. My sister just texted me that Ben Carson's getting a position.
No.
In the Trump
No.
administration.
No. Bullshit.
Yes.
Yes!
Yes, Ryan. High
What?
five.
No. We need to fact check this shit.
Yeah, fact check it. I don't know.
I don't have my phone. Where's my phone?
Well, I would look it up if my phone wasn't
Hold on.
incredibly broken.
Hold on. Where'd she find this? Okay, I got my phone out.
He's getting director of brain surgery and drunkenness.
God damn it. My phone, I have big old thumbs and then I have a small ass phone. Ben Carson, Donald Trump, I don't know. Ben Carson expects announcement on Trump administration role soon, 1 hour ago. Ben Carson hints at potential nomination for Trump cabinet post.
I thought he was gonna make him like the Surgeon General or something.
As housing secretary?
Housing secretary? What?
I don't know. I don't take this as fact. It's like Donald Trump close to picking. I don't think he's actually picked anything yet.
If you could make a dream team, Ryan, if you were president, who would you pick for your team? Anyone, Ryan? Anyone? Who would you pick just to create the most just havoc, like where the public is genuinely just what the fuck?
Then I'd have to say like
politics aside, who could you pick that people would just be shocked and you would run the country straight into the ground?
Secretary of State would be Dakota Fanning because she was in War of the Worlds.
Oh, her sister is so hot.
Ella Fanning?
Yeah,
Yeah.
She's a beautiful woman.
She's a very pretty young lady.
She's 18, right?
I don't know. Now I have to check for you.
Well, I'm assuming she's older than 18. I just know she's around my age, and I can't be saying that if she's
She
not.
was in Super 8. Is that how you found out about her?
Yeah.
Hold on, Ella Fanning. She is 18.
Whoa! All right.
She just turned 18
Really?
recently. Not just turned 18, but she.
Okay. Well,
her
I'm
birthday's
in the
in
clear.
April.
I'm in the clear. Cool.
You are in the clear. She was born in '98. So.
Yeah, but who would you pick as your dream team?
I told you I got.
Just Dakota Fanning.
Yeah. Who would you choose?
Secretary of State. I'd probably do Carrot Top. For my UN ambassador, I'd probably pick. I gotta have Bill Cosby in there somewhere.
Oh my god.
But he has to always be doing the Fat Albert voice. There's a lot of good people. I'd probably pick George Michaels from Wham.
The fuck is that?
I don't know. He's just.
What's Wham?
Are you serious? What's Wham?
What's Wham?
What do you mean? What's Wham?
I mean, what the fuck is Wham? That's exactly what I mean. Is this
you don't know what Wham is?
Is this one of those things where you don't know and you're like, what do you mean you don't know what Wham is?
Everybody knows what Wham is.
I'm gonna look it up. Wham.
Oh my god, Ryan.
This?
Yes. Wham.
I don't know. What do they do?
Wake me up before you go.
Okay, I know the songs. I don't know the fucking name of the band.
George Michaels.
I don't know.
George Michaels. He's so famous. He's huge.
I'm sorry. You're pissing.
George Michaels.
You're pissing your pants about this. Guys, he's crying. He's spittering.
No.
He's like sputtering in his pants.
Sputtering in my pants. I'm gonna sputter. I just sputtered my pants. Dude, I was making out with this chick last week, and it was so hot that I sputtered my pants.
Dude, I think she did a little sprinkle as well.
I'm gonna sprinkle.
You know, I'm gonna do something I haven't done on the podcast before. I'm gonna go to Twitter and go to news or whatever. You know, the thing where it's like trending topics. I just want to see if there's anything interesting going on. Moments today. Target star-studded lineup of Oh, that's a promotion.
Yeah,
that's an advert. That wasn't me.
Whoa!
I just laughed and farted at the same time. Happy 24th birthday, Miley Cyrus.
Wow.
How J.K. Rowling got the Harry Potter.
Sounds like BuzzFeed.
Wait, what is this? Brad Pitt will face no charges as FBI closes investigation?
On what?
What
did Brad Pitt do?
An allegation altercation with one of his children on a private plane.
Like he hit his kids or something?
I don't know. I'm not going to spread rumors. Oh yeah. Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
Have you seen the trailer for Martin Scorsese's new movie Silence?
I haven't.
About Christians going to Japanese-infested Japan?
I like Japan, but it's so Japanese infested.
I know.
No, I haven't. I saw a screenshot from it. It's got little Andrew Garfield in.
And it's got Liam Neeson.
We saw Andrew Garfield in person.
Adam Driver, I don't know.
Oh. I could check it out. That sounds like an interesting movie.
The trailer looked really good.
I'll have to watch that afterwards. In fact, I might be, today, after this podcast, I might actually be purchasing a plane ticket to the land of Japan to go visit my buddy who's going to be living over there.
What's his name?
Christian.
What's his real name?
Christian.
No, you know what I mean, but what's his name?
Oh, Flynn, yeah. His nickname, Flynn?
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes by Flynn for some reason. I don't know, but
okay. How do you spell that in Japanese?
Foodine. Yeah, he loves going by Flynn though. He gets everyone to call him that for some reason.
You used to tell me you used to have a bunch of friends that were I guess were exchange students or something, and you'd make them say curse words.
I didn't make them. They didn't know how to use. That's the thing is they have a good English education, and they were all surprisingly. One of my friends.
But when it comes to slang, they're just not.
Yeah, they don't know anything about it. But one of my friends, he was almost fully fluent, and I was like, "How long have you been learning English?" And he was like, 5 months. And I was like, "What? They pick it up so fast." But I was at a coffee shop with a bunch of Japanese exchange students. A couple friends of mine from Japan, and they were curious because they don't know how to say fuck. They don't know when you use it, what it's used for. So that was one of the best conversations of my life, getting to explain to foreigners different variations of the word fuck, how to use it, because it's fuck is a word. Fuck is one of the greatest words in the English language, and I sound like a 6th grader when oh my god, dude, fuck is such a good word. But think about it has so many uses. It's so
noun,
expressive.
pronoun, adverb, adjective. I mean,
verb, everything.
Verb.
it's incredible.
A
Yeah.
verb ending in ing.
Fucking-
Hello, Mad Libs.
But
A number that begins with the letter F.
fuck.
5, Matt. 5. Fuck isn't a number.
Well, I put it down.
Okay.
But they'd be like, motherfucker, fucking. And it was just fun listening
Did you
to them.
point
curse.
and laugh at him?
I did. I said, you're stupid. You're not American.
You sound funny. You don't sound normal.
But I remember I got them to say, we were like giving each other hard words to say, and I make them say, I saw this on Reddit, and that's where I got the idea a long time ago. But I tried to get them to say Larry parallelogram.
Larry parallelogram.
Be like, Daddy parallelogram. Daddy parallelogram.
Larry parallelogram.
It's funny because like
What is it? What's the rule? What's like they're kind of like? Why is it hard for them?
Well, they can't. There's no L and there's no R. Really, it's a different. It's not like the English R. It's an R, but it's not.
Well, the
like,
R's very different.
Yeah,
like the sound.
in English,
make.
it's ruh like that. We have ruh and we have la, R and L, but in Japanese they have neither, and they have a sound that's like duh like that. So trying to say ruh and la just kind of unless you're really good at it, because you didn't grow up knowing or learning that sound, so you end up just saying it how your brain knows how to say it. So it translates it to like, instead of saying Larry, you say Daddy.
Then parallelogram.
Parallelogram. There's actually a book.
I just want to have a talk show where every day we go out into the streets and find like little Asian people
Get them to say funny words.
and then point and laugh at them. No, just point and laugh.
Oh, just look, and there's one.
Oh,
I bet you smell bad.
what?
That had nothing to do with being Asian. I was just trying to be mean.
You get mad when I fart.
What? That wasn't me. That was Ryan.
Was it me? Liar?
Oh, wow.
Does it smell? Is it stinky?
Smells like canned dog food. But
I can't say that. That doesn't sound like it smells bad. Just
it doesn't smell
smells
good.
Yeah.
But I realized that when I do that on a podcast, I'm broadcasting my flatulence to like the entire world. Something that 99% of the population are terrified to do in front of anybody, and then you and I just kind of do it in the microphone.
You and I
Like we're
also
in fourth
appear
grade.
nude
Yeah.
a lot, or we used to. We don't really do that much anymore. We dropped a lot of stuff from the beginning of the channel. I'm not saying we dropped the nudity. I'm sure it's going to come back. But there's certain things that we just dropped, which
Well,
I'm
yeah.
kind of glad we dropped.
Well, there's things that they're funny for a certain amount of time, and then they're not funny anymore. Otherwise, if you keep doing the same thing, people get tired of it.
It's just like I never wanted kind of like a catchphrase type thing. I didn't want to be known as like people with a catchphrase, and we kind of made one.
Yeah.
But we don't really use.
We have not said yes
or daddy likes
or daddy likes in what, 4 months? I don't know the last time we said it, but it's shocking how prevalent it
rampant
still is.
Like
I see it every day on Twitter still.
Twitter and stuff.
Every video, it's yes,
People
yes,
are like,
yes.
when are you gonna make a yes shirt? And I mean, the honest answer is probably we won't. So go ham and make your own. Have a fun little art project. Make your be unique.
Go ahead.
Have your own unique shirt and make it. We're not
Tweet us your
gonna.
pictures. We will eventually do merchandise like T-shirts and stickers and
Remember,
whatnot.
we said that a lot of this stuff isn't going to happen until 2017, though. We just have a lot to get through when it comes with the holidays, with Game Grumps and Super Mega recording and everything like that.
But like, I know we've been saying this for a while, but we do have merch that we are eventually going to do. We just need to nail down the best way to make merch or the most,
distribute it.
Yeah, the best way, whether that means going through a website or
weaving them ourselves.
Yeah,
weaving a shirt, not sewing one.
Or you can
weaving.
make Super Mega Weave.
Oh God!
Like basically, when all the weave is down on a woman, it shows our logo and it's yellow weave. That would just look like some gross SpongeBob deformed bullshit. What would SpongeBob look like if he had weave? Can white people wear weave?
I'm sure they can. It's just extra hair, isn't it?
But I mean, like, do white people wear weave?
I'm sure. Yeah. I thought old people wore weaves before anyone else.
Okay, wait. What even is weave? Is weave just like hair that you tie to your other hair? I don't know how
I
it works.
thought that's what that was. I'm gonna look it up now. What is a weave? What is
I love when you're walking down the street or something, or you're just somewhere in public and you find a little bit of weave on the ground. You're just like, yep, someone lost some weave. You ever seen that video of the big woman on the swing set and she flies out of the swing, like big, like very very large African American woman, and she jumps off the swing and she goes flying, and she hits the ground and her weave just flies off 100%. I think it was on Tosh.0 many years ago. It's very funny.
weave is pretty much hair extensions. Pretty
Okay.
much.
Just hair extensions.
On Urban Dictionary, it said mostly used by black women and celebrities.
Black women and celebrities. So Brad Pitt, Johnny Depp. God, Brad Pitt looks great with weave.
He does.
That's why the FBI is investigating him, because he looks too good in weave.
There are celebrities where I'm just kind of looking at him and I'm like, just your time's up. Stop looking good. Like, why do you still look decent? Like,
'Cause-
Tom Cruise still looks good.
A little something called plastic surgery.
Keanu Reeves. Oh yeah, okay.
I wonder
that
how
makes sense.
often those celebrities get. It's got to be multiple times a year, probably.
I could never be talked into doing that shit, man. I'd be scared that I'd turn out like one of the horror stories.
Yeah, like what's her name? God, what's her name again?
Dolly Parton.
Comedian Joan.
Oh, Joan Rivers.
Yeah, Joan Rivers. Like, before she died, she looked like just. I mean, no disrespect to her at all, but
She made fun of herself.
she was one of those people where plastic surgery didn't go too well, because you can really see it. Because I mean, the point of plastic surgery is to look better and not look like a doll.
Isn't it to just stretch the wrinkles out?
Yeah, basically it's just kind of like stretching your skin or lifting parts of your face. But I mean, it's the face you have. It's the face you're given. You can't change it.
I think
There's things about my face I wish I could change,
I
but
think aging looks cool.
it does. Yeah, it's like look at what I've been through. I've gone through life.
It's like
I'm
watching a
experienced.
mountain range form.
Yeah, especially I forgot what I was gonna say.
You forgot?
Yeah.
We have to go to hell and find what Matt was gonna say.
Why do we have to go to hell to find that?
I don't know. That's the typical like, oh no, now we have to go travel to hell.
Harold and Kumar Go to Hell.
I'm waiting.
I'd watch that movie.
I've seen every Harold and Kumar movie.
I never saw the Christmas one.
It was 3D.
Hey, I mean, well, actually, I guess I could see it now because it's about to be the Christmas season. So,
Tis
or
the season.
It is the Christmas season because it starts so damn early now.
I don't mind. We've talked about this. It doesn't matter. It's
No,
Christmas.
It doesn't matter to me at all. I'm fine with it coming early. What's your favorite Christmas song?
Oh God. I don't know. There's so many fucking good ones. It almost is like whatever fits the mood. But I think one of my favorites is definitely Feliz Navidad.
Bum, 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 bum. Oh, it's so nostalgic to me. Holy
Feliz
shit.
Navidad.
Bum, 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 bum. Feliz Navidad. Comprero años y felicidad. I probably got some Spanish wrong there. But, dude, God, wow, that song is nostalgic back to, like, elementary school for me, actually. That's when I loved that song the most. My favorite Christmas song is by Wham. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. That's my favorite Christmas song.
Sounds like a teen girl, like a Mean Girls Christmas holiday special thing. They would use it in that.
I think I don't know if I already said this on a podcast, but when I was younger, in that song they say, the line is, this year to save me from tears. But when I was a kid, I always thought they said this year something like Chevy Frontier, like the truck. So I always thought they were just singing about a Chevy Frontier in that part of the song.
Well, it's almost like, the song where it's like, I carved my name into his leather seats.
Yeah.
I always thought she said, I carved my name into his legacy. And I thought that sounded cooler because it's like, he cheated on me, so I'm going to, like, fuck up his car. And, like, because, like, he was emotionally attached to me at one point, blah, 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 I'm going to carve my name into his legacy and he'll never forget me. But no,
That honestly makes more sense.
it was
than
carve my name into his leather
seats.
seats. Yeah.
This year, I'll carve my name into his leather seats. And also, this year I found I think I've discovered a new top Christmas song of mine, which I never really, like, paid attention to until this year. I heard it and I'm like, this is a really good song. It's the one that's like, this Christmas, a very special Christmas this year. You know that song?
No.
I'm sure if you heard it.
I probably
my
would
singing's
if
not doing a very good.
Yeah.
This Christmas. It played when we were getting sushi with Jack and Aaron, and and Susie.
Oh yeah.
Remember?
Okay. Yeah.
This Christmas.
It just doesn't have a big foothold in my brain.
It's a good song though. It's a fucking great song.
I like all the classics.
Oh yeah.
I like Jingle Bell Rock.
Christmas.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
And then I like
It's not even Christmas and we're starting to do this shit.
Well, I mean, by the time people listen to this, it'll be Thanksgiving, so
Yeah.
it'll be perfectly fine by then for people to listen to Christmas music. Unless you have not had your Thanksgiving feast yet, then don't listen to this. Turn it off.
Go eat
Stop.
your fucking your roast beast, as the Grinch would say.
On Christmas, my family always makes prime rib, like mashed potatoes and prime rib or prime roast. I think it's prime roast, prime rib. I don't know. It's really good though. And then you
Do you mix your foods when you eat them?
Yeah.
I think it's so good. Like if you have steak, mashed potatoes, and like some toast, you put your fork in the steak, dip it in your mashed potatoes, then eat that, then take a bite of your toast, and all those things in one.
yeah, it mixes all together
good.
into one delicious thing.
Oh, I love it.
It's weird because like I like mixing foods together in my mouth, but not on the plate. Like I wouldn't mix.
Yeah, not on the plate. So, thank you everyone for joining us in this super mega podcast. We had a grand old time just talking, chilling here with you boys, girls, and liking alike.
I hope that everyone listening, whether you celebrate Thanksgiving or not, hope you have a great day. Spend some time with your family, your friends,
or don't. I know I won't be.
Or just stay in your room and listen to us for some reason. You should be ashamed of yourself if that's what you're doing. You're a despicable human being. However, eat some good food, have a good time, watch some football, do whatever you want to do.
Feliz Navidad.
Yeah. Pero años y felicidad.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Super Mega Cast. This is episode
29.
And I am here, Ryan McGee, and this is
Matt Watson over here.
Also known as Moneymaker Mike.
They don't call me that. No one calls me that. Anyway, guys, welcome to the podcast. Like Ryan said, this is episode 29. That's a lot of episodes of us talking about absolutely nothing.
We apologize.
But we're back again to do some more of that, talking about nothing. So how is everyone today?
Doing good. We're doing really fucking good.
It's like a stand-up routine. Like, how is everyone? Like an awkward stand-up routine.
Well, I'm trying to think. I was watching like a bunch of fucking the heckler videos on YouTube.
Oh, those are the best. I love heckler videos. I think the most embarrassing thing is when like there's a video of a stand-up comedian and he's bombing.
Oh, yeah.
And he starts attacking the audience.
Because he gets mad.
Yeah.
He like gets into that like primitive mode where he gets defensive and he's backed into like a corner type of thing.
I know, and he's like, well, you guys fucking suck.
It's like a fucking rabid dog.
I know, he gets really mad, starts insulting the audience.
You and I wanted to do like a quote-unquote art installation. We'll use that to defend it. Where like you would actually go and do stand-up comedy, and I would plant myself in the audience, and we would do like a fake heckle session. You'd say something like, let's say, for example, so the other day I was at the coffee shop. Which one? Just like I'd talk back to you and shit.
Oh my God.
We should do that.
And you get kicked out. No. We tell the bouncers ahead of time, like, no, this is part of the show.
This is art.
This is art. Yeah, real art. But anyway, yeah, guys. Well, I just got back from Seattle, and I gotta talk about my trip to Seattle a little bit. So it started out, I went to LAX late at night, and I was wearing sweatpants, and I went through the security scanner, and I guess you're supposed to tuck in the the little drawstrings on your sweatpants. Yeah, well, they told me I was supposed to. After the fact.
When has that rule been a thing?
I don't know.
Tucking in the fucking strings?
Yeah, they told me that after the fact.
Are they fucking fuses to giant bombs you have in your pants?
Well, no, it's because I guess the scanner detects them if they're outside of your pants, which doesn't make any sense to me. But I go through, and the X-ray scanner puts a big X over where my penis is because it picked up those strings. And this old dude comes up and goes, "Sir, I'm gonna have to pat down your groin area." And I was damn it. So he makes me step aside, makes me spread my legs, and he was very like, I didn't really get what he said. He made me put 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, and he was like adjusting my legs, and then he puts on these gloves, and he starts like
kind of swiping at.
No, he's slapping his hand back and forth, and he's brushing my penis.
Is he jostling it around?
Oh yeah,
It's like, oh wow, this is wiggling. Ooh, left to right. Can it go up and down? Oh, look at that. Wow.
No, really, he was
multi-directional.
He was finding all sorts of ways to touch my penis.
What a nice instrument you got here. Can I play the flute?
He felt my gooch. You
should have just went, hey sir.
Yeah, but he put his hand in my ass crack. He felt up my gooch. Felt both my testicles, and then
Did you jump a little when he reached the
I laughed. I had a big smile on my face because I couldn't help but laugh. He was just touching my penis, and he was really going at it. And then he made me put my other leg forward, and he did the same stuff again.
Like, woo!
And then he brought me over to some station where he had to like check my hands for gunpowder, because I guess because I had those strings coming out of my pants. That means I could have some gunpowder on my hands. So he swabbed my hands and then put it into a machine, and
you and I need to make pants that have those drawstrings, and they're sewn into like every square inch of the sweatpants. Like they're just sticking out.
So that they can't you can't tuck them in. Like, sir, you need to tuck those in.
I can't.
Tuck what in? I can't tuck them in.
What are you talking about, sir? That's the thing about the TSA. They don't. I think the statistics have shown that they actually don't help at all, really, with safety and like finding stuff.
It's just a big, it's a big nuisance.
It's a big waste of money. It's a waste of funding.
I don't know. It's like, I feel like there's better security methods maybe than, they see. I walk through and they see my pants strings and they're like, touch his penis.
Well, Matt, this is the price you pay for freedom.
Feel his gooch. Feel it all up. Wipe his hands off. Make sure that he hasn't been touching any bombs.
He puts in earbuds, and it's the fucking, I don't know, the Pledge of Allegiance playing in his ear as he's fondling your cock.
As he's touching my penis. And he's whispering to himself, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Yeah, but
that was a good moment. So okay.
But Seattle was fun.
Any more airplane stories? We're gonna get to Seattle, but I knew you said you were next to a small child.
That was on the way back.
Was that out of annoyance or excitement for you?
Excitement. No, on the way back, I sat next to he wasn't small. He was like 12, but I don't know. He looked very douchey. He had a snapback on, and he was looking at girls' Snapchats. But I had a really awful flight there because I just wanted to go to sleep because I didn't sleep the night before. But I had an aisle seat, and it's really hard to sleep in aisle seats, especially
if people want to get back by you for the bathroom.
Yeah, and then people want to get up out of your row to go to the bathroom, and then you have you have nothing to lean on. Yeah, the window seat's the best. It's window seat.
I used to love the aisle seat because I have to use the restroom a lot, and I hated getting in people's way. So I just kind of used the aisle seat. I was like, oh, I'll just get up multiple times, and I won't have to get in anybody's way.
I like looking out the window. I'm like a kid. I have to look out the window during a flight.
I just threw up in my mouth. I'm sorry.
Ugh. Yeah, well, when you take off, I gotta look out the window. I love looking out the window during airplanes. Especially day, night, I don't care what time it is. It's incredible.
I get that same feeling on a cruise ship. I don't know, it's just you're in the middle of the open ocean. And I know it's not you don't see the mountains and stuff like you would on a plane and all that shit. But I like just the sense of open ocean and shit.
Well, you can I've never actually flown over big ocean in a plane, but I will next March because I'm going to Japan.
Taiwan.
No, I'm going to Japan.
China.
Ryan, stop! Yeah, but I'm gonna be flying across the Pacific. Unfortunately, it's gonna be in the middle of the night, so I won't even be able to see the Pacific, which kind of sucks because I've always wanted to see the.
Ask him to turn the headlights on.
Hey, can you turn the lights on down there? I've always wanted to see the open Pacific Ocean because it scares the shit out of me.
The Pacific is the scary one, or is the Atlantic one the scary one?
No, it's the Pacific. It's the biggest and it's the deepest and it has that point in it. I forgot what it's called, but there's this point of there's a point in the middle of the Pacific that's the farthest point from land it's the farthest point in the world you can get away from land. I forgot what it's called, but it's thousands of miles in any direction away from land. And that scares the shit out of me.
Well, luckily your plane won't be crossing that area.
Well, not if I tell the captain to cross it.
The stewardess brings you up to the captain and you have a little hat on. Stewardess? What?
The stewardess?
Yeah.
The stortus?
Not the store.
It sounded like you said stortus.
Yeah, the stewardess.
So she does what?
Nothing, never mind.
Did I hurt your feelings?
How's the Gatorade?
She brings me what?
She brings you a cup of coffee and says, enjoy the flight. Okay.
But yeah, the Pacific Ocean is really scary.
Will like going to Japan be the longest flight you've had to take in your life?
Oh yeah. The longest flight before that was probably from Charleston to Seattle.
No, I think that'll be longer. Charleston to Seattle is a great distance.
Yeah, that's a lot longer than across the Pacific fucking Ocean. Well, I'm not even flying straight to Japan. I'm going to Beijing, and then I have a layover for 3 hours in Beijing, and then I fly to Tokyo from there. It's like 3 hours, and then I have to wait 8 hours in the airport at Tokyo for my friend. So that'll be fun. But I've heard those airports have like movie theaters and
what?
Sky decks where you can like watch the planes land and shit. So that'll be cool.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Not weird. That's actually really cool.
I know. Like LAX doesn't have anything cool. The Seattle airport's so much nicer.
We have burger joints, Matt.
Okay, sorry. The California Pizza Kitchen. Dude, the Seattle airport is so nice compared to LAX. It's like it's glossy and black and beautiful. And
LAX is a major airport, but it's not like one of the big airports.
It's not like super nice. They're renovating it, but still, it's not like super nice.
Like when I think of big airports, I think of like what is it? Charlotte? No. I think of the O'Hare Airport.
Oh, I've been there a couple times.
I think of I guess the Atlanta.
Atlanta's the biggest airport in the world, or so I'm told.
Or so I'm told.
My mom told me that Atlanta's the biggest airport in the world, which
in the world?
I thought it would be somewhere in like Beijing or Shanghai or Tokyo or something. But
did you fact check her?
Oh, I'll fact check it right now.
So she's not lying to you?
I'll do it right now.
And I know you're listening to this fucking podcast. Your son's about to fact check you, and you're about to become a liar, or I don't know, the same mom you were before, which is a wonderful mom. You're a cool mom.
She's a great mom. I love Anne. Here we go. I'm searching on Google. Biggest airport in the world.
But I'm not going to lie that it's going to hurt your son's feelings if you lied to him.
Oh, I'll be hurt. I'll be real hurt, Mom.
Okay.
It's loading. Oh my gosh, she was right. Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport in Atlanta, Georgia.
Is the biggest airport in the world?
Yeah, followed by the Chaoyang Shunyi Beijing Airport.
Well, Anne, you can,
take that breath of relief because you're off the hook.
You can stay confident in your airport knowledge.
You are off the hook, baby.
What?
What? I didn't.
You're off the hook, baby? It's your mom.
I didn't call her baby. Making shit up. You edited that in. You
yeah.
You edited that I said the word baby in. I didn't do it.
I didn't do it.
I didn't do it.
What's his name? Stone Cold Steve Murderer. What's his name?
Stephen Avery.
Stephen Strange.
They're making a sequel to that. To Catch a Murderer, or to make a. I forgot what it's called. What's that show called? Making of a. What the one about
a murderer?
Yeah, the dude that.
The dude that like threw a cat in a bonfire and then killed.
I was just young. I was just a boy when I did that. It's like that. What?
In the documentary, he's like, he was just a boy. Boys do crazy things. It's like the same logic that you hear when it's like you hear of like a rape or something. And all of a sudden, like the judge will be like, "Boys will be boys."
Hey, boys throw cats into bonfires. Boys will be boys.
Boys take advantage of any weak creature they find.
That's just what boys do. No, if you throw a cat into a bonfire, I don't care how old you are. I don't think you really. I don't think you've changed much in your life. I feel like that's like a little root something that's there.
Yeah, but if you throw like a hamster in a bonfire, I don't think it's as bad.
Nah, that's fine. We've all been there.
I just had this memory of a Christian bonfire that I had at my church.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I remembered it was really beautiful. Like, take out the Bible lessons and everything. God symbolizes fire because he burned a bush for Moses or something.
The burning bush?
Yeah, he was like, I'm a bush and I'm a burning bush.
I've never understood that. Was it just like so it was a bush on fire that could talk? Was that it?
It was, yeah, it was.
Or was it did it not actually talk, but it was giving him smoke signals that he was reading? He was like,
no, it was like a little bush. It was
sign
on
language
fire.
With its branches?
And then it spoke telepathically to Moses.
So Moses spoke to a bush that was on fire.
Yeah, our church did a lot of stuff. Some of it was just like we did a 24-hour famine or some shit.
What?
Yeah, where we just didn't eat.
Is that the right word?
Famine, yeah.
Famine?
Yeah.
Fast?
Isn't it also a famine?
No, a famine is like...
What's a famine?
A famine is when a country doesn't have food and people are dying.
Oh, yeah.
We did a 24-hour famine. You know, and the church down the street did a 24-hour genocide.
But anyway, sorry, the fast. We did like a 24-hour fast. But at the same time, we did something called Cardboard City, where we made little cardboard houses out in the front lawn of the church and slept in them.
What?
Yeah.
What? Well, how does that make sense? What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. I guess we were pretending to be homeless, and they were like, "Oh,
So
some people don't have food in the house." And
You're
then,
not eating, and then you sleep in cardboard boxes. This is what it's like to be homeless, guys.
a big scare was the obvious. You know, a big old truck or car is going down the road, and they see a lawn filled with cardboard boxes, and they're like, "Let's go run all those boxes over." But I'm glad that the adults set up a security measure for that. You know what that was?
What?
Absolutely nothing. They didn't think about it.
And some like teenager in a truck could be like, "Oh, cardboard boxes! I'm gonna go right over them." Kills like how many kids were there?
A shit ton, over 20 definitely.
That's what the
We played hide and seek in the church. And someone broke something. I can't remember what it was.
God damn it! There's always that one kid that breaks something, ruins the fun for everyone else.
Churches are scary.
My church was never scary.
Like at
when I was a kid,
Did you ever go through a church at night?
I did. My church always felt very like relaxing at nighttime because there were always some lights on. Well, I didn't have an old church. I had a very new feeling church.
I think before I had the mindset, there was always this cultish feeling about the church at night. Because like the only sounds I had to kind of equate to any sort of feeling within the church. Yeah, exactly. For God, we love you so much. That's a hymn. For God, we love you so much. Heart emoji, heart emoji, heart emoji.
100 emoji. Fire emoji.
Those are the new hymns of this generation.
Oh God, I'm sure that
we love you, God. It's that like what's that face? The only thing I can think of is the agony face, the one going.
Yeah, no, it's like
What's it called?
It could be a face of pleasure or a face of agony.
People usually.
I mean, people know which one we're talking about. I'm sure it's like it looks like it's crying, but it's like.
But there's no tears. It looks.
Yeah.
It looks like an O face.
Yeah, exactly. People use it all the time when they're like.
I use that term.
Like,
Jesus.
oh, daddy, and they'll like put that face. You know what I'm saying?
When people are really horny.
When people are real horny.
When people be sending them nudes over snaps.
You know how many people send nudes and talk sexually and then use emojis at the same time? Like they'll put those emoji faces and stuff.
Yeah.
And put like fire and.
What are the responses to that? Damn, girl, and like the surprise emoji, just whoa.
I just got a weird visualization in my head that I won't bring up on this podcast.
What are you thinking about?
No, I just imagined she sends him a picture where she put googly eyes on her vagine.
That's a thing. It's called glorp.
Yeah, I know.
Amazing. That shit. I laughed so hard when I saw it for the first time. The first one I saw was the skydiving one.
Yeah, the skydiving one.
So whoever is curious about glorp and is over the age of 18, search up glorp and look for do like skydiving glorp, and then play this sound while you're watching it. There you go.
Someone's gonna do that exactly.
Then tweet it at me, and I get to enjoy it.
Make a video and tweet it at him, because porn is perfectly legal on Twitter, so you can do that.
Yeah,
it's fucking disgusting though. Glorp is really gross. First time I saw it, I was appalled and shocked. And
it's just funny faces. They look like they should. Like glorp should be a YouTube personality. Could you imagine glorp in thumbnails like the biggest surprise ever, the scariest game ever?
Yeah,
glorp plays.
Oh my God, yeah, that's disgusting. But I can totally see that. It's like a YouTube personality because the faces are perfect for thumbnails with big goofy faces and thumbnails. We should do that.
Big wide open mouth and big open eyes. Like what?
Whoa!
Every Let's Player looks like glorp then.
Oh God. Yeah, we should. You know, Ryan, I'm thinking about we should get rid of our like animated personas that we use on this channel and just replace it with big gaping vaginas with googly eyes.
They don't have to be gaping, dude. They just got to be floppy.
Gaping, floppy, all the same shit.
True. A vagina's a vagina.
No matter how vagina.
Dr. Seuss.
It was one of his unreleased titles.
It was on his unreleased title, 100 emoji cry face.
He made some he made some really adult stuff. I think actually, I think he was big into like making. Did he make porn or draw porn?
I thought he did like adult cartoons, like adult comic or some shit like that.
He probably did, but he did like
Well, it's the same as like Lemony Snicket. He did the series of unfortunate events, but he also had that was just his persona or whatever. But they have their like kids book personas, and then they actually have their adult work.
Oh,
It's to separate the two, so they're not only known for the kids stuff.
My family in Seattle has a cat, and it's a boy, but they just call it a girl for some reason, and it really threw me off because I met this cat. His name is Bo, and he's a boy. You know, he's got a little cat penis. And I hung out with him all weekend. He's a super sweet cat.
Cat penis.
Yeah, but he's a boy. But they call him a girl, and they always refer to him as she, and it really threw me off and upset me because this cat is a boy, and I'm like, why are you calling it a girl? It's a boy cat.
A lot of people call Banana always say she. Well, actually, it's just Tucker. Tucker has made that mistake constantly.
Keeps calling Banana a girl, and I don't like it because that's my
He doesn't look like a girl. He looks like a teenage boy.
Looks like a teenage little.
Does Lego look like a little girl?
No. People just want to call Banana a girl because he's a pussy. Get it? Put a laugh track.
No.
Please?
Okay.
Thank you.
I just note like Lego's got some long limbs.
He has really long limbs.
He's just a big goofy mess. He doesn't know how to. He has the mind of a newborn pup, like a very excited pup. Maybe not a newborn. That's because then he'd be slimy. Never mind. He's got the mind of a little puppy in the body of like an adult, mentally handicapped dog.
Yeah, and he runs around and then he's always slipping and slamming and sliding and falling down.
He's splishing. He's splashing.
Just freaking around.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he he always like. I remember that one time you were out of town. He was out in the living room with me, and I opened your bedroom door to let him back in, and he just somehow tripped on his own feet and he slammed into the ground. And then lo and behold, 20 minutes later, Catherine came up and was chewing me out for that.
Way back when, yeah.
And I'm like, what?
We haven't got one complaint from our new neighbor.
No, not a single one, and it's been what, like 4 months?
Yeah, because I mean, we're not loud.
Catherine just liked to complain a lot.
I mean, we did yell a lot, but you can't really hear that in the living room.
You can't hear that through the floor. But she didn't complain about the yelling. She just complained about Lego. It's all she complained about.
They were stomping.
No one else has ever complained. We've had other neighbors. They've never complained.
I'm sure 50% of the apartment complex has dogs.
Yeah, and it's also like the people above me are loud. I don't care.
Remember when I wanted a fucking chinchilla?
No.
You know, holy shit, was that on the... That might have been on the Syndigo podcast I was talking about, a chinchilla.
Chinchillas are expensive and they smell bad. That's the only thing.
I used to want a chinchilla because I was stupid. What? They're a lot to take care of. If your air conditioning breaks, they're dead.
Really?
You have to keep them at a certain temperature or else they can get heat stroke really easily.
Oh, Jesus. All I know is they smell fucking... Those and ferrets.
They feel
so
nice, though.
Are they soft?
Yeah.
They're cute. But
ferrets smell more than chinchillas. Chinchillas I just like because they're soft and cute looking, and I wanted to get one, as I said, because I wasn't thinking. Yeah, that's... But anyways, we're not allowed to have chinchillas. That's a off limits
at our apartment.
Yeah, they don't allow exotic pets.
Chinchilla's an exotic pet?
Yeah.
Is a ferret an exotic pet?
We
should get a couple of ferrets and just let them free around the apartment. Let them run around.
I think they allow... I can't remember if they allow guinea pigs or not. They might not allow guinea pigs, but they might allow hamsters because guinea pigs are exotic pets or some shit like
hamsters are so cute. I love hamsters.
Yeah, they live for a year.
Yeah, they can, when they get scared, they do this thing where they hiss and show their teeth.
I had 2 hamsters. They were Zip and Zap. They were Chinese dwarf hamsters. They had big old nuts. And one day, one of them bit the head of the penis out of the other one.
What?
Yeah, the other's penis was bleeding. Yeah, they're mean.
Penis?
Bit his penis. The other one bit his penis. The other's penis. They're very fucking mean. They're mean people.
No, hamsters they eat their babies too.
Yeah, it's like if you look at them the wrong way, they're like, oh, he's looking at my babies. He can't have my babibies. And they'll just eat them from the stomach up.
My girlfriend has a hamster, and when we first got him, he was really mean. And I'd open the cage up to look at him, and he'd like back into a corner, and he'd look at me, and he'd open his mouth and hiss at me. And
their hiss is terrifying.
It sounds like a taser. It's like, tss. And then he has these big frickin' fangs that are like hanging out of his mouth, and he's salivating and he wanted to kill me. He said that. He said, "Matt, I want to kill you."
I'm going to kill you, Matt.
That would scare the shit out of me, dude. If I opened up the cage and hamster looked at me and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna kill you," I'd slam it shut so fast and leave and run out of there. It'd be terrifying.
Well, I think if any animal talked, it would be kind of terrifying. Okay. How about this? If Banana could speak, what's the first thing you think he would say?
Fuck you.
Yeah.
He's
Or like get away.
He's mean. If he could talk, if he had like a small vocabulary, it mainly consists of "I'm pissed," "fuck off," and "I'm hungry."
Leave me alone is pretty much fuck off.
Yeah, and "I'm hungry."
Yeah.
About it. But
when he's hungry, he's a little baby. He's a big baby when he's hungry.
He's so sweet at nighttime. He's so sweet at nighttime. Like as soon as I turn the lights off, he gets in bed, he cuddles up with me, curls around, he like lays on his back and he like purrs and
then you punt him out of your room in the middle of the night sometimes.
Because he plays around with shit. He plays with bottle caps and I gotta throw him out of my room and make him Tucker's problem. Tucker's in the living room sleeping. I gotta throw him out there. It's funny. Tucker was asleep in the living room the other night. Banana's making a bunch of noise in my room, so I'm like, he's Tucker's problem now.
Oh,
so
come on.
I threw him in because like usually when I put him in the living room, he stops. He just goes to
No,
bed.
he doesn't. You know for a fact he continues that shit.
I never hear him out there once I put him out there. But when Tucker
Probably
was out
because he
there,
comes over to fucking my door. Starts playing with my door.
well, I put him out there, and Tucker's out there peacefully sleeping, and then I just hear like 10 minutes later something crash, and I'm like, "Sorry, Tucker."
No, this is just not my problem.
I can't. There's nothing I can do.
It's not my problem.
Well, I always put him out in the living room in the middle of the night because it's like
give him a fucking swirly. Do something.
I can't do anything with him because he's so hyper.
Dunk him in the toilet. That'll make him not want to play.
Pick him up by his hind legs, stick his head in the toilet.
Yeah,
he'll like that a lot.
He'll curl up and like bite into your fucking wrist.
Yeah, he got me good last night. I was trying to cut his nails.
He got you pretty deep.
Yeah, he did not like it when I was trying to clip his nails.
Nope, not one bit. Well, animals in general don't like being fucked with.
No.
Like even Lego, Lego's more of a little bitch boy about it, but he doesn't like, his nails getting clipped or baths and all
Animals
that
just
shit.
don't like their nails getting clipped at all.
It's because it's like I want to use these to. The thing about Lego's nails is that he always steps on my feet, and I always wear flip flops, and he always scratches my goddamn
feet. He's got those big heavy feet and those big nails, and just
yeah, he clunks around a lot.
He's a clunky boy.
What are some other words to describe my baby? There's clunky, stupid, dumb, happy.
He's very
gay.
Yeah.
I think gay is the perfect word to describe Lego.
Lego was gay, yeah. No, I would use that word to describe him too. He's a very gay dog.
Like in all aspects of the word.
He's gay,
yeah.
Didn't he piss like all over himself last night?
Well, that's Tucker's fault because Tucker was giving him a big old hug.
That never got cleaned up, did it?
Huh? No, I cleaned it up.
Oh, okay.
I took paper towels.
I just didn't remember. I was like thinking back, I'm like, wait a second. That's still on the carpet, isn't it?
Well, he didn't like pee that much on the carpet. He more like kind of piddled a little on himself.
What if humans got like when they got excited, they would just piddle on themselves?
It wasn't excitement. He was anxious because Tucker was holding him in one position and he wanted to move. And he got
what
nervous.
If humans got anxious and they peed a little bit?
They do.
Do they? Do people pee when they get nervous?
I know
it's like the goofy cartoon stereotype, like I peed my pants, but does that actually happen?
I don't know. Let me see. When you get scared, do you pee your pants? Let's see. I'm gonna look that up.
Researcher Ryan McGee is on the case.
Here we go. I'm doing some investigative journalism. Do you pee when nervous? My phone's so small, but I love it. Okay. Anxiety urination. Ooh.
That's a thing? Is that a Wikipedia article?
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's Okay. The need to urinate is one of the strangest anxiety symptoms, and in some cases, the answer is yes. I don't really. It's called. The subtitles in this are fear and urination. Causes of frequent anxiety urination.
What is the
causes of immediate urination from anxiety?
What is the evolutionary benefit to having to pee when you get anxious?
Put your scent on them? I don't know.
Put your scent on them?
Just now people know that you scared me.
Don't scare me.
Now people know you're a bully.
Is that like
that's what the wild animals do? When they pee, it's not territory. It's like, don't bully me.
Look, I'm gonna pee. We watched that video last night of those bears fighting, and then the one that won just like started walking around, just
hung his
peeing.
dick down low and sprayed it like a fire hose.
And he was just walking around with piss coming out, just like, this is my area.
But he was drawing like a good line.
Yeah, he was making a big circle.
He wasn't being shitty about it. This wasn't no last minute pee like circle, whatever he was doing. He was like waddling very slowly to make sure the pee didn't like zigzag. It was a very straight stream.
It was a perfect curve.
It's like a crop duster. It's like he was like spraying pesticides.
Oh, but he was getting good. He had a lot of urine in there too. He had been saving that for months.
Yeah, we're going camping this weekend.
We are going camping.
We might see a bear.
I hope not. Well, actually, no. I would like to see a bear. Just not up like.
Let's chase him off. Remember the black bear video we saw?
Yeah, and
we're like, dude, I'd flinch. I'd flinch so easily with one of the fake charges of a bear.
Oh, same.
Like, but you're not supposed to.
No, because then they can. If you, that's the thing. It's like, how do I know if it's a false charge? If it's a real charge.
Because, Well, you'll find out pretty quickly. I promise you that.
I guess it's better to just always not flinch, because if it's a real charge and they're up close, there's nothing you can do. They're gonna kill you. And if it's a false charge, and you do flinch, then they probably will kill you.
I should bring sunglasses, and then when I see a bear, I just close my eyes, and so when it false charges, I just don't see it.
That is the ultimate 2 for flinching. You know?
Have bears ever sexually assaulted a human? I'm just asking because dolphins have.
Has someone actually reported rape from a dolphin? Yeah, but I've heard of dolphins like sexually assaulting people. I'm just wondering if that's ever been court documented.
Bear sexual assault.
Has anyone ever taken that to court? They get sexually assaulted by a dolphin, and they try to like take it into the hands of the law. This dolphin assaulted me.
There's child abuse and neglect, the BEAR program, which seems a lot more sad than what I was trying to look up.
God, that is sad.
I was just trying to see if bears... Jesus Christ. Woo!
We're going camping this weekend, and it's going to be fun. I haven't been camping in a long time. It's been a couple years since I've been camping, actually. I'm just excited to get the outdoors.
I'm going to bring some s'mores.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got to bring stuff for s'mores. We got to make some stuff to make, like, hot cocoa, maybe?
Bring a little mini
Apple
grill.
cider.
Pour some fucking pancake mix on it.
Oh, yeah. Ah!
Put some chocolate chips in there.
I have never been camping out in the West before, so I'm excited. And I don't know, it's getting cool outside. It's cold outside now, so I'm excited just to be in the great outdoors. It's really been a while since I've gone to the great outdoors.
The great outdoors?
The great outdoors.
Are you talking about the great outdoors?
The great outdoor. I love that's the name for it. It's not just like everything. It's not like the world. It's just outdoors. It's everything that's outside of the doors. It's such a funny name for it, outdoors.
You don't want to go outside. That's the side that's out.
That is a weird word. Outside. It's out of the side of the house.
It's out of the side of the house? What if it's out of the front side?
Well, the front is a side of the house.
Yeah.
Outside. That word doesn't make any sense now that you know what word also makes no sense? Understand.
Telepathy. That makes actually a good bit of sense.
No, but understand. The word understand makes no sense. You know, if you're a foreigner and you're trying to learn English, and you're like, okay, and now this is the word understand. And
two separate words put together that have nothing to do with the stems.
Understand. I stand under. What? How does that make sense? Do you understand? Ryan, do you understand?
Yeah. Do you what's a synonym for understand?
No.
Do you firmly grasp this knowledge?
Yes. Well, no, because I can't grasp something intangible.
Do you firmly mentally grasp this knowledge that I have shared with you today?
Yes.
Okay. There, we found one.
That's easier. That's a lot easier. English has a lot of weird words.
Do you firmly grasp?
Just make no sense.
These nuts?
Whoa, Welvin. Speaking of Welvin, that's the D's Nuts guy, for those who don't know. The guy that's like, D's Nuts.
He's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
He is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but he has a sex tape.
It's $10,000, isn't it?
To be released, it's like $10,000, and I don't know if anyone's actually going to pay that price. You know, if I was a millionaire, if I had any amount of money,
if I made $500,000 a year, I'd spend $10,000 on that.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! I would definitely spend. You know, it's a small price to pay to do the world a great justice by releasing Welvin the Great's sex tape.
Is that his full name?
Yeah, it's Welvin the Great. I'm pretty sure.
Welvin the Great.
I hate when people use those like slang abbreviations for like duh, because I sound so stupid saying it. You know, like just anything that has the word duh in it, you feel so fucking stupid saying it.
Duh.
Well, then great. It's like, no, I sound like an incompetent fool.
Well, that's because that's from like it became just kind of like slang, but before that it was dialect, wasn't it? Welcome to the gay island of Jamaica. Sorry.
Second you get off the boat, welcome to the gay island of Jamaica, man. Well, actually, quite in contrast, last time I was in Jamaica, this guy was like telling me about how they hang gay people in Jamaica. So
What?
Little bit of a contrast.
Last time I was in Jamaica, this guy offered me this big old blunt filled with weed.
Have you ever been to Jamaica?
Yeah, they take you on cruise ships.
Oh, and this
They
guy
take you
offered
to
you a big
Nassau
old
and shit.
weed of Kush,
Weed of Kush.
like, big old pot joint, big old blunt,
Sounds like leg of lamb, but
leg of weed. Imagine like a blunt that's shaped just like a chicken, like it's the size of a leg of lamb, and it's shaped the same.
yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't that be good?
That would be goofy, dude.
I don't know. You said
That'd be straight up goof troop.
I thought that was a funny visual. Imagine someone smoking that. That would be goofy. That would be funny.
It's funny, am I right?
Welcome to the gay islands of Jamaica, man.
Where we have fucking
Penis.
Yeah, we have a lot of penis
Lots
here.
of penis.
Lots of penis.
I just went Italian with my accent. Welcome to Italy.
Where we have a lots of
Well, that was Russian. Are we in Russia now?
yeah,
What's in Russia?
crazy hackers.
In two senses. The YouTube kind and the political kind.
Yeah.
Crazy Russian hacker.
He probably shouldn't have named his account that. Now they're
know.
probably like looking into him about voter fraud
The
and shit
NSA
now.
is like looking into him. I just make funny YouTube videos.
I should have made that video where I was a bottle of mustard for those stupid sketch comedy channels. Sindago.
I saw one of his videos on the front page recently.
What was he
was like-
doing? Was he like, what happens when
It was
you
like never-
boil sour worms in a crock pot filled with cat hair?
What?
He does crazy, goofy experiments.
Yeah, it was like, don't mix sodium with Coke.
Or else.
Seriously, don't fucking do that.
What's his catchphrase? How's it going, guys?
His catchphrase is, hello, Blazers. I bet he gets crazy pussy, dude.
Crazy Russian pussy. We should make an account called Crazy Russian Pussy.
And then try to, like, solicit him.
Yeah. What if that's how it worked on YouTube?
Your mate would...
It's just someone that's similarly named.
There's some girl named... she goes by Super Megan. And she,
Super Megan.
yeah, and she...
Megan!
Well, I actually got that... Someone tweeted at me this week, and they were like, change the name to Super Megan. And it just made me laugh for some reason, because I'm like, it's so stupid. And part of me considered just going and wanting to change the Twitter and everything real quick just to Super Megan and responding.
Having a picture of just some woman named Megan.
From iCarly.
Yeah.
Not iCarly, from Drake and Josh. I'm getting my classic kids shows by Dan Schneider confused.
How's Dan Schneider doing?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look up his new like projects coming out.
He still has shows on Nickelodeon. I think he has a video game show on Nickelodeon. But it's all about gamers, so maybe we can be on it.
Sorry, I'm a little preoccupied at the moment looking up Dan Schneider's film history.
Sorry, I'm just trying to carry on.
There
with
he
the
is, Dan the
podcast.
Man Schneider.
What's he working on these
He wrote
days?
Big Fat Liar.
What?
Yeah. He also wrote Good Burger.
Wait, the one with Frankie Muniz and stuff?
Yeah, with Amanda Bynes and Frankie Muniz. He was an actor? What does he act in? Does he...
To Catch a Predator?
Man in the Crowd. Oh, he puts himself... God damn it. Sorry, I just heard that. Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Dan Schneider's
At first
in
it
that?
said pedestrian, but I read it as pedophile.
God.
I was
Guys,
like, no way.
There's no proof that Dan Schneider is a pedophile. It's funny making fun of the big
Yeah.
fat man. That's all.
On the Amanda Show, he played a character called Mr. Old Man. Mr. Old Man.
I mean, that's one of his most classic reprised roles.
One of his characters in a show called The Mommies that ran from 1993 to 1995, his name was Cecile. It's
played a
actually
woman?
Cecil. No, but it just looked like my mom's name. I'm looking at all these things. He's been 1989. Jesus, how long is he? Sorry,
Dude, Dan's been around the block a few times, you know, in his van. No, Dan, if you're listening, I'm just goofing around. I don't. I have
He doesn't believe it.
I have a real fear that Dan Schneider is going to hear this.
He's gonna
slap us with a big fat lawsuit.
Wait, was that show popular, Sam and Cat?
That was after my time. I
had
had stopped watching Nickelodeon at that point, so I don't know.
Why did they think that would go well?
Because it's two characters from two popular TV shows he made mixed into one universe. It always goes great, like the Simpsons and Family Guy crossover.
Did that do well?
I don't think so.
Oh no, he was a contributing writer to Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, Dan gets around, dude.
What the fuck
Dan
is
gets
this?
around, gets around, Dan gets around in his van, van gets around, Dan gets around in his van,
I found his magnum opus. It's called Guys Like Us, and the synopsis is, the story is about three guys that help each other, period. Become successful, period. That's Dan Schneider's claim to fame.
Yes! Dan the Man Schneider. We should probably stop talking about him for legal reasons. Because I feel like
he's going to come after us.
He's going to sue us for making fun of him. Can you sue somebody for making fun of you?
I'm sure big, mean, greasy lawyers could think of something.
Well, slander means that, there was an obvious disregard for the truth. But I said, we are not accusing, and we don't know if Dan Schneider's not a pedophile. We're not accusing him.
We don't know that he's
jokes.
not a pedophile either.
But we don't know that he is. No. Sorry, I'm getting confused. I thought I was saying the good thing, but you said the good thing, and then I said the bad thing. Yeah.
No, I said the bad thing. I said we don't know that he's not a pedophile.
Oh, and I said we don't know that he is.
We don't know.
I'm confused. I'm so confused. Ryan, before we end this podcast, what do you want to do while we're camping this weekend?
I don't know. You go first. What do you want to do?
I just like sitting around campfires with my bros Tucker and Ryan and just talking about sharing some funny stories. It'll be like a podcast, but no one will be able to hear it but Ryan and Tucker.
Haha.
Jealous much?
They are.
They're like, God damn it, I wish I could hear that. Fuck.
But I think my favorite thing will definitely be starting a campfire, just being out there.
Oh, yeah, it's just going to be cold, and it's going to be the California wilderness.
I want to see some animals.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm so excited. Maybe we'll see some cool animals.
What would you do if you wake up and you just hear just a... You'd be like, what is Ryan doing outside of the tent making those noises?
Go outside.
But what if you heard a noise that heard like... that? Ryan, come on. What if you hear one noises that heard like bear? What if it heard like bear? Stupid fucking Ryan.
I would scared.
Well, anyways, that's it for the podcast. Thanks for joining us. Once again, I'm Ryan.
I'm Matt.
And so you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.
Walking around.
What's up, everybody? We are we're in the middle of the wilderness, and this is the Super Mega Cast. I'm Ryan McGee.
I'm Matt Watson, and this is it's the 30th episode, so we're doing a little something special. Like Ryan said, we are out in the Southern California wilderness on a backpacking trip with our special guest, Tucker Prescott. Say hi, Tucker.
Hi, that's me.
That's Tucker.
Some of you might know him from being the camera boy.
And
he was also on an episode of the Sindago podcast, which you can go check out, which is a good one. We talk more about your painting, which I'm sure will bleed into this because, we're stupid and run out of things to talk about quickly. So we'll just hand it off to you to fill up some white space.
Absolutely.
I like that. I like that. All right.
But yeah, we've yesterday we started hiking out onto this trail that it's like a deserty kind of wilderness. It's not like a forest.
Weren't prepared as much as we should have been because our plan was to hike 9.5 miles
Right.
Each day.
Yeah, but we hiked up 4.5 miles.
Yeah.
Well, we made it to a campsite
Got there a little
It got
late.
dark. It got dark. That's why we had to stop early. Hiking at nighttime isn't fun. Tucker says, "You won't see the trail. Boo-hoo.
Yeah,
Oh,
boo-hoo.
there are predators about."
Does
That's
baby
exactly
need his
how it
diaper
sounds,
changed?
yeah.
But yeah, we hiked, very beautiful. Just saw a couple other people. Just came down this big, a lot of rocks, a lot of sand, a lot of shrubs.
Prove it.
I don't know how I can prove it to the listeners. Here, I can watch. Hit 2 rocks together.
That's good.
That's me hitting 2 rocks together.
Yeah,
Tucker, why don't
that's
you
definitely proof.
go into a detail of how unprepared we were for this trip?
Yeah.
How much did
cool.
we plan?
Very little for sure. Like up until yesterday, really.
Up until like
our
2
plan
hours before we left.
Our plan was like, yeah, we'll go on a trip this weekend. We'll maybe go somewhere near Los Angeles, and then really just decided on the trail yesterday, and didn't even pack everything until like the morning we were leaving, and didn't bring everything we needed.
What was that one necessity that we forgot and we didn't realize until we were here? Oh yeah, toilet paper.
Yeah, but I haven't had to poop.
I haven't
was
either.
right. You just turn off that part of the brain that says you need to poop.
You just don't have to.
Poop.
Yeah.
That's just part of being a wild animal.
No
I guess
toilet
so.
paper. No toilet paper.
We're wild men out here.
We also forgot to buy a replacement butane.
Right. I think that was
Oh,
the
God,
biggest.
that was the
probably
worst.
the biggest problem.
Oh, that's
we
a
got.
beautiful bird.
Yeah, but it's the blue one I was talking about.
That's it. That's gorgeous.
It's real pretty.
We gotta find
What
out.
kind of bird is
I
it?
don't know, man.
Maybe just a
It's
bluebird.
gorgeous.
It's blue on top and silver on the bottom,
Yeah.
with white right under the mouth.
It's got
nice,
black
nice
eyes.
pointy beak, a white stripe down its tail.
It's definitely a bird.
Agreed.
It has chicken-like feet.
Our biggest problem was definitely that we did not bring enough gas, because we just had like the last little dregs of a very old gas canister for our stove.
It heated up the chicken meal.
We got our rice and chicken with lime.
Yeah,
And that was great.
it was really good.
Yeah.
It's pretty tasty, yeah.
And then we tried to make.
we wanted to make our mac and cheese, but it did not last that long.
It was a bit crunchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very
So-
al dente.
We had warm water that we put in our mac and cheese, not boiling water, and
Well, there's a little story to that, because it needed to be more warm. So Tucker put the warm water in the bag and sealed it up and said, "Ryan, put this in your shirt against your belly inside your shirt to keep it warm."
So I did.
And it was freezing cold outside. So Ryan's like, "Ah, this is so nice. The only thing that would ruin this trip is if this exploded in my shirt."
yeah.
So then I walked away from the camp to go see if anyone else, because there's a couple other camps nearby. I was going to go see if they were doing campfires. And I came back, and Ryan's just sitting there. And I was like, "Where's the mac and cheese?" And he looks at me, and he was like, "It happened." It
Exploded all over
in my shirt.
So we
Was
had to
it was-
tie it up so
yeah.
I wasn't bare food, Tucker.
Yeah. Oh my
Tucker
god.
almost made me bare food, dude.
And it wasn't even like the zipper that came undone.
Yeah, what happened?
It just exploded. Like the actual zipper
pressure
part
inside?
broke. Yeah, the pressure somehow the pressure in the mac and cheese just exploded on Ryan.
Stuff
But
is known to be
ate
very
it.
pressurized.
Yeah, who knows?
I probably hugged it a little too tight. I was probably getting too excited for the macaroni and cheese. You know me.
Yeah, and then it was very, the noodles were very raw, not very soft.
Oh yeah.
There's a good crunch to them.
Was like
It's
a-
like eating croutons with some noodles and cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a soup, a cheese soup with just raw noodles in it.
It did taste like mac and cheese.
Yes,
did- no,
the
it tasted
cheese
like
was
it for
good.
sure.
Yeah.
Until the end, you said you couldn't down it because it just became cheese soup.
There's a certain point with any kind of mac and cheese. Like, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. There's a certain point where it's just too much.
Yeah.
I agree, where it's just like a liquid,
Yeah.
and it's like
It's
I
awful.
I can't eat the rest of this.
Yeah.
So, we were trying to go up to this hot spring area, which,
It's Willett Hot Springs.
yeah.
Willett Hot Spring. Yeah, the trail we're on is called Piedra Blanca Trail, and it's in Ojai, California.
Sound like a kid in Spanish class that I knew.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's always those kids in California. Always
Yeah.
those kids in the Spanish class. I knew one kid, and like all the way until like second year, third year Spanish, he was still said Y instead of E. He'd be like, Blanco Y Negro instead of Blanco E Negro.
That's racist, but okay. The Tucker's making sure the camera's still working all right.
Checking sound.
Yeah, he's
Checking
checking
sound, making
How's the
sure it's all
sound?
good.
Sound.
How is
Sound
the
looks
sound?
okay. You guys
Wow.
were a little quiet at that point, but who knows? Well,
We get a little quiet.
We get a little quiet.
We get a little timid, a little shy.
Oh,
A little shy,
camera
especially when
shy.
I'm around my friend
You
Tucker.
guys are pretty camera shy. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I've noticed from hanging out with you guys. You guys just really care about when cameras are pointed at you.
Matt doesn't pull his balls up from under himself in between his ass crack.
Unless the camera's pointed at me, as you learned yesterday.
Oh God.
And as the
So
audience will never learn.
Yeah, I'd say I am pretty camera shy. But
What was weird to me about that was I was shooting Ryan that whole time. We were busy doing our own thing.
I'm surprised you didn't notice me
I
in the
didn't. Yeah, I
background.
didn't notice at all. And then I turn around, and there you are. And I'm looking through the viewfinder. I didn't even.
But it's like in a movie, you can tell right before it happens if you pay attention close. It's like when you're filming me, you see Matt over on the side very briefly,
Like right as the
pulling
camera's
down his
panning away.
Yeah,
See
pulling
me just
down
pulling
his
my pants down.
I'm sure that'll make it in
Oh my
something.
God. I hope so.
Maybe. I don't know.
Censored,
of course.
Yeah,
It's got my testicles in it, so.
but this isn't coming out for like pretty much a week. It's not
Yeah.
coming out till Thursday. We're recording this Sunday.
Sunday,
Uh,
December 4th.
Beautiful, warm, sunny Sunday.
It is very warm.
Yeah.
It's today the 4th?
Yep.
Okay, December 4th.
So God knows if the channels have gone awry.
Oh,
We have
God.
no signal out here to figure
Yeah.
that out.
Isn't that exciting?
I could have uploaded something very inappropriate. I hope not, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've never seen it go from me being so absolutely unbearably cold to me being like sweating in the matter of like an hour.
Yeah.
Because this morning when I woke up, I was freezing cold, and all last night I was freezing cold. My toes and fingers were numb and everything, and now I'm in a t-shirt because it's so hot. And
How
the
long?
sun is like
How long were you guys outside of the tent before I awoke?
I got up around
Half an
8:15. So I
30,
when did-
40 minutes.
Yeah, probably.
Thanks for leaving me in my cocoon. I woke up like I'd say about 7 times through the night,
Oh, me too.
and I had to get up to pee twice.
So
I noticed that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I noticed that too. I woke up and I saw you getting out of the tent. I said a line from holes.
Yeah, you went.
Did you
Sunflower
intentionally?
seeds.
Yeah. Did you intentionally walk by my tent? Because like I
Your
felt
tent's right next to our
Right,
tent. What do
right,
you
right,
mean?
But you were above my tent, like at the head of it, and you walked by the head, like really close.
The first time, yeah, because it was
Yeah.
dark and it was cold, and I was like going. I was like, oh, tent.
It just seemed
finally
like you were gonna try to freak me out. Like
warm.
who
no.
knows what's going by Tucker's tent? It could
No,
be
I'm pretty sure
anything.
you could see me well.
Yeah.
You could see the shadow of
Well,
a big,
if I saw
large
you,
man.
yeah, if I saw you, I would have seen a bear standing up.
Which you've seen actually a few bears.
I have seen a
You've
few
scared
bears.
them off.
Yeah.
That's those bears.
How does that work? How do you
How does it
scare a
work?
bear off?
Yeah, well, bears aren't supposed to if you're trying to maintain an area.
Now we're talking about black bears and brown
Right.
bears.
Grizzly bears, no. Brown bears also no.
We'll get
Brown
to grizzly
are
bears
huge.
after this.
Yeah, so black bears can be all different kinds of colors. They can be black, brown, cinnamon, blonde.
Oh, wow.
They can be a combination of those colors. But they're always much smaller than like the larger bears, grizzly
Yeah.
bears, and brown bears as well. So
Brown bears?
if you're trying to maintain an area for humans, like a campground, you don't want those bears to be familiar and comfortable in that area. So if bears ever come into that part of wherever you are, you need to scare them away and help them understand that this isn't their space. So yeah, if a bear comes into camp, and I spent 3 summers working at a backpacking camp, guiding trips, and bringing kids around, so I would do this fairly often. If a bear comes into camp, you run it out of camp, you throw rocks at it, you
You don't
run
hit
up
it,
a
Tucker,
tree.
do you?
I did never hit the bear with the rocks, no, but I threw rocks near it.
Pulls out his whip.
Yeah.
Can you pull out a 12 gauge and send a few warning shots its way?
Oh, that'd be fun.
No,
I
it
had a 12
spreads
gauge.
like crazy. you'll hit the bear.
Oh my god.
But okay, so why can't you just run and scream at a grizzly bear, Tucker?
Well,
Why can't you just see a big old grizzly bear, you go, hey?
You can't go.
Have you seen The Revenant?
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good example.
Is that a good representation of how grizzly bears are?
It's like, yeah, I would assume so.
Would
And to be
you
honest,
really?
I don't know as much about grizzly bears as I do black bears, but this from the stories I'm told, the grizzly bear and the moose are hefty creatures.
You
that
saw
should
a
not
moose, right?
be fucked with. Yeah,
How was that? You said it was kind of scary.
yeah, because
They're really scary.
You see meese from far away, but when you see it close up and you don't expect to see it, it's much more exciting. I
Yeah.
should say. Yeah. So I was like, I was in the
pictures, though?
Yeah. No, I didn't take any pictures because I was freaked out by it. I was in the Tetons hiking alone, and I was in this brush area, and this is up in the canyons in the middle of that ridge, and I'm walking through this brush area, and then I hear grunts, like short and deep grunts, and I think maybe it's a bear, so I pull out my bear spray, and I'm like, I'm ready to go.
Ready.
I'm ready to go. And then I walk into like a bit of a clearing, and this big antlered moose like walks up like 20 feet away from me. I'm just like,
Did he see you?
yeah, he stopped and he looked at me. And the one thing I've been told about moose encounters is that you don't look at the moose. And so like that's
So you
what I
looked
did.
at the
I was like, okay,
You had your
I'm
hand in
gonna
front
go
of your
now.
Like,
And
I didn't see anything.
Your secret's safe with me
Yeah.
for being a moose.
You treat it like you just saw a drug deal and like they look over at you.
It's like, nope, didn't see anything.
I wasn't here. Yeah, I just kept walking quickly down the trail and just decided that's not where I'm supposed to be. And nothing happened, unfortunately. So
Nothing happened, unfortunately.
nothing happened.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah, nothing happened. Man, do I wish I was gored by that moose.
I would have loved it if like you started
Trampled.
walking ahead, then all of a sudden you came across a grizzly bear. Then they started ping-ponging you back and forth. Until
Don't look
they-
at him.
They're working together now. Oh God. Yeah. I
Yeah.
did see a red fox earlier or later that night though. It was like right next to my tent. Just trotted by. That was cool.
Those are the most beautiful animals.
Gorgeous.
I saw one of those. I saw a fox when I was up in North Carolina once.
I like snow foxes. The white fox.
Have you ever
Have you
seen
seen
one?
those?
Not in real life, but like I've seen pictures.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've seen pictures,
Seen
man.
some fucking pictures.
Yeah, dude.
Also, you know what else is a cute animal?
What?
A little baby furry Arctic seal.
Those are cute,
Arctic seals are really cute.
They're really fucking adorable.
especially when they're not being clubbed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
especially when a big man isn't,
Wait, why do they club baby seals? What's the
for their
for their-
meat, right?
yeah.
Meat and
meat?
and for their fur too.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could eat seals.
What do you mean? It's meat.
They're
You
fat
can eat
meat.
anything.
I
got
just didn't know
blubber.
that. Yeah, I know you can eat anything. I just didn't know that they were
Can't eat
eaten.
anything, Matt. Come on.
I didn't know that those were animals that people ate.
What else would they eat there, huh? Polar bear?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, true.
I mean, that'd be nice because then they wouldn't have to worry about polar bears either.
And fully adult seals.
Ooh.
Why don't they eat those?
I like some seal kebabs. Something good.
Maybe it's a little tough when they're fully adult. So like
See,
this
chewy.
baby seal meat is nice and tender.
I don't see the problem. Okay, polar bears hunt seals. Shamu hunts seals. Why can't humans hunt them? We're just another predator.
I guess it's just the image of well, humans. I guess are the only creatures that have morals, and then seeing another human clubbing a baby seal to death.
Well, I'm fucking around. We don't do it for survival. The other animals actually do it to survive. We do it for fun.
Ryan.
Hey man, you want to go club some
Have you,
seals
have,
tonight?
you, have you seen the faces on the guys clubbing the seals? They always have a big old smile on their face.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh my God.
Jim, this one's still moving. Look at him.
Let them move around a little more. Then hit them hard. I'm gonna bring out my my clubs, my golf clubs. Play a
Do
little
you
seal
think they
golf.
have different kinds of clubs? Like I think this is the niner, like the big club.
Do they have
for this
studded
seal,
gloves?
Right.
Gloves.
clubs.
Clubs.
Studded gloves
clubs.
as well? Yeah.
Yeah, after they hit him with the club, they go in for the
They
hand-to-hand
go in and
combat.
strangle them.
They get brass knuckles and just beat the shit out of the baby seals. Like,
Oh my God.
That hand motion was more akin to masturbation that you should.
What I just did.
Yeah. It's like
They masturbate the baby seals.
with some sandpaper so
Oh,
they don't
God,
enjoy it too
Jesus
much.
Christ.
We're giving them ideas. We can't give them these ideas.
There's gonna be some guy up in the Arctic listening to this podcast. He's gonna be like,
Then there's
let's
gonna be
take
a
some notes here.
newscast. From the helicopter, we spot a man giving a seal a looks like a hand job. Oh, what does he have? Oh, that's sandpaper. Oh
on
my
a
God.
sandpaper hand job. Says it on the bottom of the screen, like breaking news. Man gives baby seal handpaper sand job.
Handpaper.
Sandpaper hand job.
I feel like you can shorten that to sand job.
Like, yeah,
what else?
Sand job.
Yeah.
That's a thing now. Give me a sand job, boys. No, it's more. It's
Well-
not. It'd be like.
And just a little bit. Ah!
God.
So we've talked about all these fun little creatures. Have you ever had like other than the moose, was there ever an experience with an animal where you're like, fuck, 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 fuck? Or have your encounters with wildlife actually just kind of been nice and calming and serene and one with nature?
Besides the moose.
Besides the
Well,
moose.
I've been like false charged by a bear before.
How do you not flinch? That'd scare the shit out of me. I'd shit my pants on the spot, no doubt.
I was with 2 other people. It's I don't know. I don't think it's as bad as it sounds like, because they don't always charge you up to a few feet away. Like, it can just be a very short charge. So it's not necessarily like coming at you and you have time to think.
It's like in
maybe it just
basketball when
happens.
they do a quick step one way.
And they also make these sounds that are like very, very hefty, heavy breathing, like haggard breathing. That's like a warning sound.
It's like a father that just got done banging a mom.
Exactly.
Coming out from a
Yeah, just like
cave.
that.
You hear a toilet flush. You expect to hear a fucking toilet flush and a scratching of a stomach.
Yeah, no, but also I've seen videos of gorillas false charged. They run really fast and then like.
That's more terrifying.
Yeah,
That-
that
terrifying.
looks way scarier than.
But
what I
if you
Because they scream. There's a
yeah, exactly.
but if you move, they'll usually attack you, won't they? So it's like
if you
Gotta
show
stand your
weakness.
ground.
so it's like the ultimate 2 for flinching. If you flinch, they'll beat the shit out of you and kill you.
If there's one animal that I don't want to fight, it's a gorilla, 100%. I choose. What's
They're
the one
just like-
animal that
they're
you
people.
would not want to come across and have to fight? Like
Oh,
if you had to fight
definitely
an
a
animal.
gorilla.
Mine's a gorilla.
Because they're huge. He could grab me and just break me in half.
And you climb up a tree.
He could
it'll-
snap me over his knee. Just
I think I'd rather take on a gorilla than a polar bear.
Really? Oh yeah. Oh
Because polar bears, I feel like they're twice as big as a gorilla.
yeah. And also, you're in the snow.
Yeah.
You're not going to be running too fast in the snow.
Yeah.
Not that it matters. It's a bear.
actually, I would take those over an alligator, like a massive alligator crocodile.
You think so?
Because
How
they
fast
will.
can they move?
You poke out their eyes. Go.
No, but if they
That's all.
ouch.
Hit their weak points.
It's like in a boss battle. They got those weak points.
Fighting an animal's just like a boss battle. Find its weak points and hit it 3 times, and boom, it's done.
Unless your neck is in its mouth. Well, alligators will grab you with their jaw, and then they twist you around and they drag you to the bottom, and like they flip you and twist you and shit.
Well, the point of that is to break your neck, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like they take you
And
by
they drown you in the process, which
Yeah.
is really scary.
either drown you or break your neck.
Yep.
Sorry, we had to pause it real quick, but we're back. Another thing that I wanted to talk with you about, Tucker, is that you've been traveling since what, August
Yeah.
of
The end of August. Yeah.
2015.
That's crazy.
Nope.
Damn it! I was hoping it was longer.
No.
2013.
August 2016. Yeah, it's been about 2.5 months.
Tell us a little bit about what that has been like. Tell us about that whole process.
Yeah. So I've done a lot of different trips over the past few years as I've started to learn more and more about how to travel and how to do this kind of stuff solo. So I've done a lot of international traveling, done a lot of hitchhiking internationally, done a lot of backpacking internationally, and I just haven't spent as much time, I think, traveling around the U.S. solo or seeing a lot of what's inside the country, which is important, I think. So that's really one part of this trip is seeing a lot of the things within the United States that are kind of interesting and exciting, and also seeing people around the country like you guys who I've seen a little bit.
Shucks.
Yeah. And also, I'm interested in moving out west at some point next year. So that's part of what this has been, is looking at different areas of the country and trying to figure out where I'd like to live. And then lastly, and I would say most importantly, it's been like a painting road trip. So the big thing I've been doing is most days when I'm traveling, I'll drive around until I find
Nice.
until I find some location that I like and think is beautiful, and we'll plot, a little bit of time there, sit down, and make a painting from life, which is it's been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot about it. Learned a lot about painting. Learned about texture, and have a lot of experimental experiences in terms of the way I've been painting. So
And your paintings are amazing. How many have you done since you've been on the road?
I think I've done about 30.
Wow. Oh my God. Yeah, you were working on. He was in the Game Grumps office recently, and he was working on his paintings, and everyone everyone was commenting on them because they're so crazy. You use oils, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, oil paint.
So it's been a lot of fun, and I've really enjoyed the chance to do this because while I was back in Columbia, South Carolina, working and making money, and I'm not really right now. I was doing a whole lot of video work, and so it's been really exciting for me to be able to spend time doing what I'm really fond of and learn about it.
Which, for those who don't know really how talented this boy is, you can visit his website, tuckerprescott.com.
Put the link in the description for you guys to.
TuckerPrescott.com.
It's my favorite stuff from you. I don't know, because you like painting more than any of the other stuff, right?
Right.
I like your cinematography and photography a lot.
Cool.
I really like your cinematography,
It's
especially when
incredible.
like you do the montages of your trips, or at least you used to. I don't know.
Right.
The last
Yeah,
one
I haven't
was.
done a lot lately. Yeah.
But those are like
Could you make one and put us in it?
just us, just our faces.
For
Just
one shot.
Ryan and Matt, and then it's just us for the whole video.
I really want that. I want it to be a montage of all the things I've shot with you guys, with like that cat song. You know that video with the cat playing the piano.
The keyboard cat
The
song? The classic meme?
Yeah, yeah. I want that song to play in the background.
Have Neon Cat going in the background
Yeah.
and after with using After Effects.
Neon
Neon Cat was Asian in origin, wasn't it?
I would expect.
I have
so.
no idea.
It seems like a little
Seems
Pop
like,
Tart cat.
yeah, rainbows and
Yeah.
glitter. Yeah.
If it's not, then I'm sure people in the comments will be like, "It's actually."
It's from Catalan, Ryan.
So you'll learn either way.
If it actually is, then
I thought you just said Catland.
I think. Wait, is Catalan a country?
I don't know.
You mean Catalonia?
Maybe.
And-
Yeah, Catalonia.
It's part of Spain.
Oh, well, maybe. Yeah, maybe it's from there.
Maybe.
Spain? Yeah.
Yeah. Tucker. So what was like the first when you left Colombia? What's like? Whoa, Tucker, that's littering.
Someone needed that for their toothbrush.
Oh,
that
that's
what
what
it
that
is?
is.
Yeah, that's the toothbrush.
Why
head.
did you hide
Ew,
that
you were
from us?
playing
I had
with
no
it.
idea.
Why did I what?
Why did you hide that
I
from
didn't
us?
fucking hide it. You picked it up and then
I needed
threw
to
it.
know that information. And only just now you told me.
How come we haven't answer me this before you answer Matt's question? This is a little more important. How come we haven't seen any used condoms on the trail? Do people not fuck in the wilderness?
That's a good question. Because usually, I mean, wherever I am, if it's not in the city, there are used condoms everywhere. And
Yeah.
like, I mean,
Every
so
square
many
inch.
that like it seems like some people don't even, finish in them. So you can like pick them back up and use them
Yeah.
yourself.
You
Rinse 'em out.
come into
Yeah.
our apartment and it's like a cookie trail to like our toilet. So we
Right.
just splooge into them and then sling them around and throw them at people from our window.
Yeah.
Like a bolo.
Yeah.
Tie you two used ones together, and then hit a dude in the ankles, trip him on the street.
That's how David did it. David and Goliath.
Dude, yeah, exactly. He was using the condom the whole time.
Goliath.
That's what that is. Like when you look at the pictures and you see the leather sling,
Yeah.
it's an old condom.
They used to use leather for condoms.
They
just
really?
saying.
I don't know.
No. I wouldn't imagine so. How would you? I don't know. Anyways, you were gonna ask him something.
Oh, wait, first on that real quick. I was in a museum once. I think I was in the like Ripley's Believe It or Not museum. And they had like an old condom. It wasn't a condom, but it was like used for couples practicing sex, and it was just like a massive hollowed out tusk. It was thick.
What?
It wasn't even like a condom. It was like a
It
big
was rigid.
No, it was like a horn, like of an animal that was hollowed out or something. Made no sense.
Sorry,
Anyway.
my butt fell asleep.
Like
so I'm
like a
standing up.
like a penis expander.
Yeah, it's like it'd just be like putting a cup over your penis
Yeah.
and then having sex with somebody.
Well, if it works, I guess.
Anyway, Tucker, when you left, like, so what has your path been? Where did you go from Colombia, like, and how did you end up here in LA?
Yeah, so it's been really a Western trip the whole time because I did start in South Carolina, but I met up with my brother in Salt Lake City, my brother and my parents, so that we could do some backpacking.
So did you go
together.
straight from South Carolina to Salt Lake?
Yeah, so I took about a week to get there. And since I've been doing this for 2.5, probably almost 3 months at this point, that was pretty quick.
Yeah, it's really
And,
fast.
So yeah, shot over, and then from there, once I did some backpacking with my family, I headed up north. So I went into Idaho, Wyoming, and there's a ton of beautiful scenery up there. So I was able to go to a few different national parks. Didn't go up all the way to Glacier. That'll be for another time, I think. But did get to go up into Montana after seeing Yellowstone and the Tetons, and then headed west through Idaho and did some more backpacking with my brother in the Sawtooth Wilderness. And then from there, went a few different places in Idaho, saw a friend in Boise, went up into Oregon, and then into Washington, went around in a few different national parks there, spent some time in Seattle, and then down through Oregon, spent time with more friends in Oregon, and down into California. Went and saw all the cool stuff here. Saw Crater Lake, saw the redwoods, saw the sequoias.
Ooh, the redwoods is something that I want to see. So
I'd like to see that. I've never been. This is probably the most north I've ever been in California right now.
It's not very far north.
I know.
It's really not.
We're still. I've never been above this point actually. I've never been to San Francisco or the Bay Area. Or
Oh yeah, San Francisco, cool. I enjoyed my time there. Yeah. You guys should definitely see the redwoods, though. I personally really enjoyed the coastal redwoods way more than the sequoias, because
what's the difference?
well, so the sequoias are the biggest trees in the world. Like the biggest tree in the world is there, the largest tree, because it has the most mass. It's not the tallest tree, but it is the largest, and they have the widest tree. But it's in an environment that's much drier than Northern California. So it's sort of like a big pine forest with a bunch of sequoias in it. And for me, pine forests have never been as interesting or calming or beautiful as other kinds of forests. And the coastal redwoods are in a much wetter area. There's a lot more ferns. Like they shot Endor there. It's that kind of environment, right?
Yeah.
It's very wooded and very ferny and beautiful and calm, and I like that a lot. So I really enjoyed seeing that area.
Yeah, I really want to. I've never been to San Francisco. I really want to go just like for a weekend to San Francisco. And it'd be really
at all the places.
Yeah.
Go see the redwoods.
Yeah, and then
cross the bridge.
How far are the redwoods and stuff from San
They're
Francisco?
pretty far. You have to go a
across
few
the bridge,
hours
yeah.
up.
We should take like a West Coast trip. We just go up and then up through Portland and Seattle.
In the movies, it tells me that the redwoods are right across the bridge.
The second you get off the Golden Gate Bridge, it's nothing but redwoods. There's not even a road anymore. You have to get out and walk from there.
That'd be cool though.
Gross.
Tucker tried to kiss me.
So
Didn't work, did it, Tucker?
what's the rest of the plan for today? We're going to
Well,
Probably
I
gonna
guess,
hike a little bit and then hike
Yeah.
back because I doubt, Matt, you and I are up. Oh, there's that beautiful bluebird again. Anyways, I doubt you and I are up for a 14-mile hike today.
no, because we already got a hike almost 5 miles back.
I'm a fat, unhealthy kid, so
I am also unhealthy.
that's a beautiful bird.
Yeah. We should
Oh, wow.
try and take a picture of one of those birds before we leave.
Yeah, I saw one right when we got out of the car. I guess
Yeah.
it's just a bluebird.
It's something. It's probably not a bluebird. We'll have to look it up.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
It's a pretty one.
If one thing's for sure,
It's a big one.
I can definitely say that you two are fat, unhealthy kids.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do I also fall in the fat category? 'Cause I mean,
Look at all this fat, man.
that is some fat.
That's a lot of fat.
You see that?
It's like
It's a
Fat
lot of
Bastard
fat.
at the end of Gold Member. Did you ever see that?
It's been so long since I've seen Goldmember. I don't remember anything
He's the
about
sumo
it.
wrestler, right?
Yeah,
The Irish
he basically
sumo
lost a
wrestler.
bunch of weight and all his fat is just drooping down in skin.
People get
He's like,
surgery for that.
It looks like a vagina. And he's talking about his neck.
Is that the joke?
Yeah.
I gotta watch
What
those
would you
movies.
expect? Yeah.
Austin Powers is great.
It's classic,
Some
dude.
good old times.
That's good.
Let's have a Tarzan and Austin Powers Gold Member double feature.
Okay.
Wow.
When we get back tonight, Tucker.
No,
That's
no,
a- that's
George
an
of the
interesting
Jungle and
combo.
Austin Powers.
George the Brendan Fraser one?
The second one.
Without
second
was
one?
Brendan Fraser not in the second one?
No, there's a whole joke in the second one where it's like, this is it. The studio didn't have enough money to get Brendan Fraser. But little did Brendan Fraser know that he would be scraping for a job years to come.
He ruined his entire career with Fuzzy Vengeance, which I saw in theaters.
What
so
is that?
I can.
I've never heard of Fuzzy Vengeance. I guess that's why. Jesus.
It's where Brendan Fraser is fighting a bunch of talking animals for some like real estate. I don't remember. But here's the thing, guys. I'm the only one here who can say that I did not contribute to Brendan Fraser's downfall because I paid money to see Furry Vengeance in theaters. What did you guys do to help Brendan Fraser, huh?
I went to go see his good movies.
I did nothing.
Brendan Fraser, you know.
saw The Mummy.
I did see the Mummy.
I've never seen The Mummy.
Not in theaters.
I've never seen it.
Not the old
On
black and white
Netflix.
one.
No, I know the Brendan Fraser one.
Wait, you've never seen The Mummy?
No.
The Brendan Fraser Mummy? It's a
No.
classic.
I
Has
saw
beetles going under the skin and
I like
shit.
that movie a lot.
I saw
It
one
feels very
scene.
classic.
I saw one scene on television once when my sister was watching it, and they're on a boat, and then it explodes, and he flies off the boat. Does that happen?
Yeah.
Was that the right movie?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's a fun movie. It's just a fun ride the whole time.
What's
It's
the
an
one with
adventure.
the dragon dude? Where it's like they find like what Japanese pyramids or some shit.
What?
And like there's like okay maybe they're not Japanese pyramids, but they go and like they find this like Mongolian army or something. And they're made out of stone. It's in the last movie that wasn't good.
Did it have Brendan Fraser in it?
Yeah, it did. Unfortunately, they also put in abominable snowmen in the movie like that would jump
Like Yetis?
long distances. Yeah. It was a weird fucking movie.
I wanna see
They
this
really went
movie.
all out with it. I'm not lying.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, they had
Sounds like
Yetis.
a
they had
full ride.
They had stone Mongolian armies. They had a.
They're made out of
emperor.
stone.
Yeah.
So they were like
You know those. You
golems?
know those stone men.
Like the Buddha Zen statues.
You mean like he means like the clay armies
Yeah.
that the Chinese emperors had,
Like that.
after they were buried.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Clay
They
armies?
come to life.
Yeah.
What the
in
hell
the
are
movie.
clay armies?
Wait,
Alright.
you've never heard of the clay armies?
No.
Like the hundreds of like fucking
Clay,
clay
soldiers?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that. That's awesome.
How do you know?
Are you serious?
I've probably seen it before.
Matt, as much as you love like Asian culture in
Yeah.
general,
I don't know. I've never heard of that.
that really throws me for a loop.
No, I feel like I've seen pictures of like that before. I just didn't know that was a thing.
They even put it in a Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't see Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior. She was a beautiful woman though.
And then she, I don't know what she's doing now.
Yeah, she got disappeared.
Is this like Tila Tequila?
No.
It's the same person?
Yeah, it's Tila Tequila played
Oh.
Wendy Wu.
Oh, where'd the ant go?
Oh, there he is.
Tucker's playing with an ant.
Is he gonna bite you, Tucker?
It's on his watch.
It's a sugar ant, dude.
Oh, damn it.
Sugar Ray?
So you're just gonna let it
Sugar-
crawl inside your clothing?
Sweet Sugar Ray. Yeah.
Wow.
Can you
It is
still feel
really
it
hot.
crawling around?
It's super hot right now.
I am incredibly hot.
Okay.
What time is it? 10:30?
10:30.
It's 10:20 actually.
Okay. Well, an hour ago we were freezing.
I know, it's bizarre.
I'm gonna have to put the back up, and I'm gonna have to hike up with this shirt.
Yeah,
those
same.
buckles are gonna make me look like the Michelin Man.
I'm not gonna be able to wear my beanie and my hair.
Is that what
all-
you were talking about? I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about the down jacket.
Yeah, no, I thought you were talking about that
Because
too.
I was talking about the down jacket, but also because my fat was protruding from the buckles.
Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah.
Mr. Michelin, you like the Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters.
Oh, Ghostbusters! Da-na-na-na-na-na.
I need
The
to
ant
watch
is
that
on
again.
me.
Na-na-na-na-na.
Did you guys watch the new Ghostbusters?
We
Yeah.
saw it in theaters.
Did you like it? I haven't seen it.
No, I didn't.
Hated
like
it.
He hated it. I just. It's one of those movies where I walk out and I'm like, well, I'm never seeing that again, and I hope to forget it because it was just, I don't know.
It's because of the women.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. It's
yeah.
because of the women. It wasn't because it was unfunny and unnecessary.
It was really, really funny. I do
Like,
have to say, the writing though, the writing was amazing.
It's not even like
Great story.
how could they just do this? Come on. It's
Wait, so the story was good, but it
No, I was
got
being
su-
sarcastic. It's awful.
Oh man,
It's really bad.
I was just hoping upon a star.
I didn't.
No,
I,
it
didn't,
was
I don't
okay.
know. I just didn't. It felt more. While the other one was kind of still goofy and dry and vulgar in that sense, this one was more Melissa McCarthy goofy comedy bridesmaids type of stuff.
What? Bridesmaids?
Because it's the
Bridesmaids in a ghost movie?
It's the director from Bridesmaids.
Oh.
So
That's weird.
his name is Paul Feig, something like
Paul Rudd.
that. But
Ghostbusters directed by Paul Rudd. I'd
I
watch
don't know.
that.
I didn't enjoy it. I don't enjoy most like remakes
Yeah,
or stuff
yeah.
like that. I just don't think they ever do them well. And I feel like the movie that was made first off had a vision and it was made for that particular reason. This version is made for money,
Yeah,
strictly
Truth.
money, no love or anything.
Why did we
like that.
Why did we go watch The Jungle Book? Why did we see that? The
I
new
did
one.
not like that.
Same.
Ugh.
I didn't see it.
Good.
I was in the Jungle Book as a kid. I was Mowgli in a play.
Yeah, you were. They actually gave him a spray tan, and it
They
was
did.
very racist.
They gave me a spray tan.
Do you have pictures of this?
I have a whole thing on
Somewhere?
video somewhere.
Oh my
I
god.
have a DVD of it.
I want to be like you.
I have to see that.
Like you bouncing around.
No, when
Did you bounce around and shit like to the groove?
Well, I was in a play. I'm sure I danced.
I can't
And
wait
then-
to see this.
And then Baloo was my buddy Javeron.
Large black man, wasn't it?
Yeah, my friend Javeron played him, and it was when I go back for Christmas, I'll see if I can take the DVD and like capture it or something or rip it, so I can bring that footage back and we can look at it.
Good.
It's good stuff.
Is it?
It's real good stuff. Yeah. 5 out of 5. The Nostalgia Critic gave it 2 thumbs up.
Hello.
No, you know, all of a sudden you just hear from like over here. Hold on one second.
Hey, Doug.
How you doing?
Doug, come on, sit down over here.
Yeah, I'm coming. I just stubbed my toe.
His hat falls off. His goofy little hat. He's a goofy little hat. I'm sorry. It's a goofy little hat.
I like Doug.
I like Doug too, but he's got a goofy little hat.
Is it a fedora?
No, it's probably worse.
I wish it was.
I think
a
those hats are a
fedora.
little worse than fedoras.
Oh God.
Don't judge the man.
Like
I'm
a golf
sorry.
hat?
No, I don't know how to describe it.
You can't describe this hat. It's so crazy.
Yeah,
It's so good.
it's crazy good.
I wish you wore a cowboy hat.
Oh wow, I'd have a different amount of respect for him if he wore a cowboy hat.
Sorry, my butt's falling asleep. I have to stand up.
Yeah, my ass is falling asleep hard, and I am burning up. Maybe we should wrap it up here.
I wouldn't mind.
Tucker, that's genius.
What is that for?
Why didn't we do that the whole time? Cool. All right.
Are my levels decent from over here?
Decent.
Yeah, they're decent.
They're decent?
Are you
can't-
decent right now?
No. Yeah, I'm wearing pants and shirt.
That's good.
That's pretty decent.
We probably smell really bad because we're not supposed to wear deodorant apparently, Tucker.
I smell pretty good, right?
Yeah, you smell fine. Did I just hit you with my
I
hand?
don't know. I don't really get BO. I
Yeah.
get BO when I'm anxious.
Does Ryan get BO?
Yeah, I get BO. Smell that.
I get smelly.
My body doesn't really produce a lot of sweat
Yeah,
or
smell
BO.
You can smell that man
I don't
musk.
smell anything.
No?
No.
Hold on, let me get the shirt out of the way. Smell this shit, dude.
A little bit. But it's not unpleasing.
Well, I'm not saying that like after a day I'm gonna be a fucking dumpster.
All right. These boys, they wanted to wear body, what is it called? What am I thinking of right now? What is the word?
Full Santa Claus bodysuits.
Yes.
We did want to wear that. Body what?
What did we the sweat stopper. What's the word that I'm thinking of that you just said that
Deodorant?
Thank you. Thank you.
Was that the word deodorant?
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's move on from there.
You
Yes.
made us go wash the deodorant
Yeah,
off
these
of
boys
ourselves.
wanted to wear deodorant into the woods. Deodorant has been called bear icing.
Oh, really?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Why do they like that so much? Doesn't
It's-
smell like food?
Well, anything that smells interesting could be food. So
'Cause
they
they're attracted
investigate
to it.
whatever, whatever they sent up.
What if our poops smell interesting? Will they dig up our poops and eat it?
Well, I hope you don't leave your poop in your tent with you.
Well, maybe I will.
Oh, I slept with him last night. Believe me, he did.
We both farted in each other's
Oh my
faces.
god. I'm glad you didn't wake me up. I was so cold last night. I was thinking about like just jumping in your tent and like cuddling between you guys.
You should have. We would have let you. It's a 1.5 person tent that Ryan and I both somehow fit into.
It's because like I told you the math behind this. You could say I'm a full person, and then if you lay sideways, you're like half a person.
Yeah.
No, I'm a full person. I mean, I'm 6'2".
Well, not in height. I'm talking about in width.
In width?
I think the tents more or less go on like the width than the height of.
It's kind of like the rule of or the 3/4 rule. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
You're 3/4 of a human.
Oh, he's being racist right now. He's pulling out that racist
And that's
old
the
old
3/5
United
rule,
States
three
law.
3/5. Thank you.
You think of
3/5.
3/5.
3/4, 3/5.
Well, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm just a little 3/5 of a person out in the woods.
God, that was actually something in our country.
I can't believe that.
That's
now we're
really
just a
fucked
bunch
up.
of cucks going, racism's bad.
That's us, dude.
Just a
Some
bunch of-
filthy cucks.
Just a bunch of non-racist cucks. What the fuck?
Ryan, shut up, you stupid libtard.
Anyways, is there anything else you'd want to
No.
discuss before kind of
Not me.
closing this down a little bit?
I'm good.
Okay. Well, Tucker, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for being on this
for
outdoors
leading us
edition
on this adventure.
of
Yeah,
Super
you're welcome.
Megacast.
You're welcome.
It's been great.
I've enjoyed myself. I can't say the same about you guys.
I have enjoyed myself.
Yeah?
We got a long day of hiking ahead of us. Can't wait. It's gonna be real tiring.
Are you happy about not having hot oatmeal this morning?
Oh yeah, that's a number one,
Yeah.
dude. Number one.
Tucker just wanted us to pour water in our mouth and then pour some oatmeal from an oatmeal
It
packet.
works, man.
Wait, turn around real quick.
Someone's been chopping, huh?
Oh, it's
Yeah,
just an axe.
they couldn't get one spot. Anyways, anyway, we were just looking at a tree that had some chop marks in it. Y'all have a good fucking day and a week. We'll see you next Thursday with another podcast. Thank you for
All right,
joining.
thanks, guys.
They will. Yeah, I'll be gone.
Yeah, he'll be gone.
everybody, welcome back to well, I don't know why I'm saying welcome back, but welcome to Super Mega Cast. This is the last episode of 2016, also known as the year that we started Super Mega. So this is the 31st episode, the last one of the year, like I said. And this episode, we're going to give you a little update on the state of our channel right now, what's to come in the next few weeks, because we're going to be taking a small hiatus, and then what's coming after that when 2017 starts. So I am Matt Watson.
I'm Ryan McGee, and you've just been filled in.
Yes. All right, guys, thanks so much for listening. We will see you next year. Anyway, guys, what's up? We have a lot of fun stuff to talk about. I'm sitting here on the couch with Ryan. It is late or mid-December right now, and let's say happy holidays, because this podcast is coming out during our 2016 holiday Christmas week. So, Merry Christmas, everyone. I don't know what day this comes out on a Thursday, but I don't know what day that is.
I'll find out. I don't have my phone. I won't find out, actually.
I'll find out right now. I'll ask Siri. Yeah, here we go. Ready? Siri, what day of the week is December 17th, 2016?
It's Saturday, December 17th.
No, it's not. No, why did I say December 17th? That's
I don't
today.
know. Why?
Sorry. Siri, what day is next Thursday?
Okay.
It's Thursday, December 29th,
No.
2016.
December.
Hanukkah.
No, that's not next Thursday.
No, not next Thursday.
What is next? I'm just going to look at the fucking calendar. Hold on a second.
What are you doing?
It's the December 22nd.
There you go.
So it's December 22nd when this comes out. So it's almost Christmas. And I don't know if it's already Hanukkah. I don't know.
I thought she just said the 29th was Hanukkah.
That's a day of Hanukkah. Hanukkah has 8 days?
Oh, selfish brats.
Yeah, they just like, the Jews are like, you guys have 1 day. Well, we want more than you, so we're going to do 8 days.
Yeah, but they don't have Jesus on their side, so...
Yeah, sorry. Well, they killed Jesus.
Now?
They killed my savior, so.
I thought the Romans killed Jesus.
The Jews killed Jesus.
The Romans didn't like Jesus, right?
Didn't the Jews kill Jesus?
I thought the Jews just
I don't
didn't
care,
like
Ryan. In my mind, the Jews killed my Christ. So, anyway, guys, let's just start off by talking about. First, we want to apologize for the little break that we had to take in the weeks leading up to this. We had to take a little bit of time off from the channel because, as you guys know, Ryan and I edit for Game Grumps, and we also edit for Kitty Cat Gaming and Super Mega. And we are out of town right now when this comes out, but leading up to then, we had to get all of these channels backlogged with videos like prepared to release while we're gone, which that was a lot of work. And yeah, so it was a little overwhelming, but we weren't able to, unfortunately, have the time to, release videos on our channel. Well, I guess the thing is, we could have released videos during that week, but they wouldn't have been good. And I don't want to half-ass content and just throw it out for the sake of just putting stuff out.
Whoa.
What?
Don't call out Roman Atwood like that.
Don't call out 50% of all YouTube like that. Yeah, but, so sorry about that, guys. When we take breaks, probably every year, there's going to be maybe 2 little breaks on the channel. We don't like doing that, but we hope that you guys understand and,
Just we don't want it to become a fucking grind every day where it's like, we don't want it to become like one of those things like, every day we have uploaded a video, and if we don't upload one day, something's going to happen.
We're going to lose subscribers.
We're going to lose our fucking mind.
Actually,
this helps us get a breather. We get a break a little bit. We get to focus on the work that needs to get done for Game Grumps, as he said, and Kitty Cat Gaming, as he said. But it also just gives us time to just kind of like think about the channel, and we're in discussion right now, just kind of like changing things around, introducing new things. There's a lot of side projects that are going to be included into the Super Mega channel, like the movie review series and stuff like that. We have a few new series coming out, and we always said we're going to hold off to 2017, and we're going to hold to that. Hopefully, within the first few months of 2017, everything will have like a pilot quote unquote episode.
Yeah, we have a lot of new shows coming out on the channel that we're excited for. So,
not to mention,
speaking of shows,
yeah,
you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. January 18th, if you are in the Los Angeles or Southern California area,
or you're crazy
and you just want to fly all the way out here,
and you're spoiled,
and you have a lot of money, stupid bitch,
We are doing a live show in at this place called the Hi Hat. I don't know the address, but you can look up the Hi Hat.
Go to Ticketmaster, look up Super Mega Live, or just Super Mega.
Yeah,
all
but
one word.
We're going to be doing a show where it's going to be kind of like a live version of this podcast. We haven't really figured out the format exactly, so that's subject to change. But
Brian's going to be opening for us. You might know him as Ninja Brian.
Yeah, Ninja Brian, Inward Brian, is going to be opening for us. He's going to be doing some hilarious stand-up, or so I'm told. It could be terribly unfunny knowing Brian. So, yeah, but he's opening for us. There's going to be a lot of fun people there. So come show up if you want to. Go. Tickets are $10. Go. I tweeted the link out. We all tweeted the link out. So if you go down our Twitters, you can find it. Tickets, buy a ticket. Come see us live. Come see us make complete fools of ourselves on stage because we've never done anything like this. We're both going to be highly nervous, highly embarrassed, and we're going to talk over each other and stumble over our words, and it's going to be very fun. So.
And one thing that would help us out would be if you did not ask questions pertaining to our personal connections with certain folks, you know? Just, that's
just
our life.
Out there ahead of time.
Yeah, just that's our life.
We're doing a Q&A. No need to ask personal questions about our relationships with other YouTubers.
I mean, you can be like, was it fun? Cool, maybe, sure, whatever. Keep it nice, keep it fun, keep it light. Don't bring kind of stuff that's uncomfortable to talk about to the show.
Yeah, essentially that's it.
I mean, we're going to make everyone uncomfortable there because there's going to be people that didn't even buy tickets to the show, and they're going to see two fucking spoiled 20-year-olds up on stage talking to a crowded room and probably just saying a bunch of profane, fucking horrible things.
What are we going to even... We have no idea what we're going to do when we get on stage right now. So essentially, Brent came to us and was like, hey, you guys want to do a show? And the way he worded it was... I thought we were opening for Game Grumps Live.
No, I think that's just what Brent did. He's like, hey, you guys want to open for Game Grumps?
Yeah, like, I thought he said opening for Game Grumps. So we're like, yeah, totally. So... I thought you and I were just going to open for Game Grumps Live, which I was like, oh, great, that's only 5-10 minutes. We can plan something out. And then later that week, Brent's like, all right, it's all booked. And I'm like, cool, when's the Game Grumps show? He's like, what Game Grumps show? I'm like, Brent, and he's like, no, it's your own show. And I'm like, what? What?
So a channel of our size gets their own live show, but don't expect anything crazy, you know?
No, if you've seen Game Grumps Live, don't expect anything like that. This is going to be a lot more toned down, a lot more... And this is the first time we've ever done a live performance of any sort together.
I don't like performing live. I don't like doing things
performing live. I love performing live.
I get nervous. I don't like the nerves.
Well, I think actually having nerves is I think it's a good thing. That's how, because I used to do plays a lot when I was younger, and I learned that.
Yeah, in blackface.
Yeah, okay, for one play. But I think having a certain level of nerves, and this goes for anything, you know, when people get nervous before they do a presentation or performance, I think it's perfectly okay to be nervous because everyone gets nervous, and it's good to have like a certain level of it because I think it keeps you alert, and I think it keeps you on like in a good place.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that though.
There's this when I won like Best Picture or whatever at the Campus Movie Fest at the University of South Carolina, which you won as well.
I did.
But when I won Best
other,
Picture, Daniel and I had to go up and give like a speech, and there's footage somewhere out there, but it's like just of me just up there going, thank you. And then Daniel just takes the mic from me, and I'm like, yep, okay. And I think at the end it's like, I don't know, I don't have anything else to say. And
is that what our show's gonna be like? We're gonna walk on stage, sit down, and be like, hi.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for coming out.
And then at the end, just I don't have anything else to say.
And I'll take the mic from Ryan, and I'll do the whole show. January 18th at the Hi Hat in Los Angeles, we're doing a live show. Come check it out if you want, and you want to come see us live.
There'll be links in the description.
Yeah, we'll do a link in the description, and we'll do like a Q&A. We'll just talk about random shit. Maybe bring someone up on stage and suck them off, you know. But anyway, guys, basically, in 2017, you're going to see this channel in a whole new way, because we're going to basically... My goal is I want to put in twice the amount of like my effort and time than I have been now into this channel to make it like the best it can. And that means we're going to be doing, the plan is Ryan and I want to be producing a lot more live action, and which means we're going to start doing sketches again.
Yes,
that is for sure.
like we used to do on Syndigo and Kids with Problems, like legitimate sketches and music videos and stuff like
Right.
that.
It's been, that is between me and Ryan, that is our favorite content to produce.
If it was up to YouTube revenue and that's the only thing, like if that made us like a good set of money to be well off, and the revenue wasn't dependent on uploading every day, I would only do sketch comedy.
Me too.
But it's nice to have also like a podcasty fun little show where we play games, and I get to show him games that I used to like, he gets to show me, and then we also get to fucking get mad at games that sorry, Billy Hatcher really got to me.
Really
fucked